Is this just what the resurrection feels like? From the other side, from the other side, from the other darker day and into the brighter night.
All right. Welcome everyone back to Dark Shadowdaze, our Curse of Strahd campaign that is specifically geared towards this one, more towards villains. I am your game master, host, all that. Malcolm, gentleman, game master. Thank you all for viewing. These are our players who have been playing the Fangs. The Fangs are a group of kind of misfits who are out for their own. Each with their own goals, similar to a hero party, but they tend to be a little bit, they dabble a little bit, and their alignment allows them to align themselves actually a little bit more closer with many of the darker powers in the land of Barovia. Many of them actually consorting a bit with the Devil Strahd as of late, as well as many other patrons of the dark. I'll have you guys just go around really quick. You don't have to do a whole lot, but because I know if anybody's watching, they probably have seen your other episodes. So you can just kind of do a quick who you're playing. Because I know also some of you are very new to this campaign. And I'll start just going left to right the way I see you here on my screen. So Renee, you want to kick us off and tell us a little bit about who you're playing?
I'm playing Krius, who is a elf ranger from Eberron, who's found a way to get into the land of Barovia. And so he has been told tales that there is a land where a very strong warrior was able to raise those that he loved back from the dead. And Krius would like nothing more than to do that, considering what's happened to his family in Eberron from the Day of Mourning.
Awesome. Okay. Excellent. And then we move to Shay. Sorry if I caught you there chewing. I could have. My fault. Wasn't being observant.
Ida Kusuo, she is a Kalishtar cleric. She's basically kind of wandered into Barovia. Her whole thing is essentially she wants to revive her dead friend / lover. And essentially she'll do whatever it takes to achieve that goal, even if it's allying with the Devil Strahd.
Awesome. Very cool. Very good. And then we move to Colin.
All right. I am playing as Ellen, our half-elf sorcerer. Ellen is kind of our link with the Feathers party. He traveled with them and left them disgruntled. He had doubts about their patron, the Raven Queen, and he was also very upset because nobody seemed to care about Eldith betraying them and murdering many people. And so he has a bone to pick with her and has decided to see where serving Strahd will take him.
Awesome. With the picture below me, if everyone sees it the way I do, I feel like I'm at the Last Supper. Turn over. I love it. All right, now let's go.
We had to go pretty version of Nyla's Guard Pack today. That's our half elf warlock. He follows his patron Malkazid and was sent here on a mission to try to find apparently an artifact to make himself a little stronger, and is now newly apparently Barovia's #1 most wanted. Apparently, I'm just a problem for everybody in the Feathers party, even though they don't know me, but it's okay. Nihilus is gonna do his thing anyway. Pretty boy Nihilus today, so we'll
Love
have to-
And last but not least, Troy.
I am playing Garrick, the Wild Speaker. He is a Goliath barbarian. He is currently on the hunt for a necromancer female that put a vile curse on him that makes him kind of go tunnel vision, Wolverine berserker mode, and kill anything in front of him. He's hoping to find her to either A, lift this curse, or B, get rid of her, which hopefully gets rid of the curse, but he does not know. And I describe him as a plane walker. He has came from many places, he just doesn't remember them.
Got it. Very cool. Excellent. So that is our party. And we pick up today. The party, when we last left them, had traveled. If you hear that wind howling, it allows us to set the stage for the land, the part of Barovia that our party is in now. They have traveled away from the comforts, if you could even call it that. This almost makes the dark forest of the Slavic road look comfortable as they've traveled into the Caucasus Mountains, where every step it seems to get colder and colder, and the weather becomes more brutal. They're all wearing heavy wolf pelts, most of them. So the planeswalker does it not need it, and they have just gone into an area called Solinka Pass. No one now, they don't really know the history of this place. We don't know why it's here, but it's clearly been here for some time, almost like an abandoned fortress of some type on the side, built into the side of a mountain area. After crossing the gates and having to fight some gargoyles, strong gargoyles, they have set up camp to take a long rest, to restore themselves, and to kind of get to also know each other a little bit more. Nihilus being able to establish this magical hut for everyone. So the long night has passed, being protected by that magic. They have also been fearful because they have seen the signs. I think Krius has seen the signs of a large bird-like creature that probably put his airship into a tailspin and crashed it when he entered Barovia from Eberron, as well as some of the party have seen the remnants of these 6-foot feathers, and so they've made sure to protect themselves from anything that may be in the sky. The morning is stirring around, and outside of their camp, there is a tower to their, directly ahead of them, to their right, and to their left behind them, or maybe to the north. Actually, would probably be the actual south. Would be a large stone structured bridge going across 70 feet to another part of the land where the road disappears beyond into the mist. They're in a large open area overlooking a cliff, overlooking what would probably be a sea or a lake, but who knows what's beyond that. The mist comes up too far, and if anyone wants to walk up to the ledge, it's hundreds of feet down, this drop. And there on the side of that mountain is where this stone column 2-story structure is set up. And as the party is waking up in the morning, they all notice it as they look towards that structure. Probably Nihilus more, because he would have been looking for it earlier, would see that the mist kind of hovers over the top, but he can see what appear to be figures of 10-foot tall knights or soldiers of some type, at very in various positions, almost like statues themselves. And they all appear to be female in form, in terms of like the body structure. And as you see that, I'll open up the scene for our party to begin to role play and decide what they would like to do next. The floor is yours.
So, just waking up. That was a lovely rest.
You guys are gonna have a bit of a rude awakening because after the 8-hour mark, the hut just vanishes and it instantly becomes cold. And when you
What if the bird was right there? Just smacks the body. I totally should have
see
done
the
that.
black fiend,
I would never do that.
I'll slip past you.
Famous
Well,
last words.
Well, that was a kind of Fangs nihilist. Really couldn't have woken me up any better. So, what's the game plan for today?
I think it's exploring this tower. Nihilus, I know you've been holding back with Arlington because of the weather. Do you think it's worth the risk to send him up? Maybe take a closer look at the figures on the top?
no, but okay. Nihilus sends Allington out and have him flutter over and land on the shoulder of one of the golden or one of the statues. Does it react?
Roll initiative.
Okay, so we send Allington up, kind of flutters off into the mist above as it's kind of wafting by. What Nihilus is able to see is, I know that the tower structure is a little bit more, almost like octagonal shape. I'm going to imagine it's a little bit more squared in its structure, and instead of, I know that there's 4 knights on every corner. And as he gets closer, they appear to be. He can see that they're gold plated, and I imagine. Can your owl give me a perception check?
Of course it can. Why do I not have dice out? That's
I hate when I do that all the time. I start playing it, I don't have dice out.
That's a.
Shouldn't even admit to that, but it happens. Like I'll have everything set up and be like, wait. What am I forgetting?
He gets advantage.
Makes one of
That's
us.
the same thing. 2 17s to start the day, so that's a dirty 20.
I bet. Okay, so as he flies around, kind of fluttering and trying to catch the wind, kind of like, kind of bobs him and pushes him around. He gets up there, and he sees in the center of the platform, it's all stone. There is a little hatch door that seems like it leads from the inside up into this point. And the 4 10-foot statues that are standing around, like I said, all in various forms. One a female with her sword going forward. Others, 2 others standing with spears. They almost kind of look like they're fully knighted up, but they kind of have that strong, majestic, like body structures. Almost, what would you call them? Like Athenian? Is that what are Wonder Woman's? The Athenians? Amazonians. Silly me. The Amazonians, and they, like, many of them have shields. And the only thing I'll add to that is that Allington can see that off to the opposite side, the side that the structures, if it's built into the cliff, and he's flying in this way, all the way out there, you can see that what appears to be like past the mist is like rolling sea going out to the horizon. And as well as on the chest plates or on the shields are emblazoned this imagery of a dragon. And interestingly enough, if he's going to report this back anyway, you would know this. The imagery is indicative of the order of the Silver Knights, or the Order of Augenvoss. You've seen that same imagery. You've seen that imagery on Sir Godfrey when he came to attack you all during the ritual. You have seen it on the Revenants who attacked you when you first came into the land, Nihilus. And that is what he sees.
All right, guys, we're going home. Now this relays back what Allington sees to the party. One other thing, DM.
Mm-hmm.
If Allington went down on the backside, like on the cliff face,
Mm-hmm.
does it look like the tower goes further down into the cliff? Like, does it look like it's built down into the ground?
It does not. It actually, if you're looking on Roll20, it's actually built right into right where the base is on the backside right there. So it has It has, you know, the 2 stories. It seems like it's about a 2-story structure, and then the rooftop. The rest of it seems to be built into the base of this cliff here. Now, who knows if unless he was inside, maybe that first floor does have a staircase. He wouldn't know that. Now, there are 3 windows um, on the base floor. If you're willing to send Allington to take a closer look at those.
I'm definitely willing to send him to take a look. Let's see
Okay.
what's going on in there.
So he's able to fly through one of the windows that are like open, almost like they're just big enough for him to get through. They're almost like more like arrow slits, but a little bit larger than that. Square rectangular structures, and he sees cold earth, across the floor. The wind is howling down the chimney, and a stone staircase on the south wall, which will be closest to him, is they're starting to descend upward to the floor above, and then he's kind of sitting in one of the 3 windows that appear in the room that reach out. So behind him is the foggy sea.
Okay. I'll probably have him stay there in the window
Okay.
and just fly if anything happens.
So he also sees. Now, can he relay this? Can he relay what he's seeing while he's there, or does he need to come back?
only if I'm with it. I would probably go within 100 feet
Okay.
so that he can relay so I can see what he's seeing.
Okay. So as he scans the floor, you do see the doorway is on the opposite side that comes into is the 2 double doors are cracked, and they appear to be open. And give me 1 second here. Actually, no, I take that back. The door across from you, it appears to be like it would have been open, but it is. It's like it seems to be jammed from his perspective from inside the room. Not that it's locked, but it's not like swinging based on the wind. And then as he scans the floor, there are a few scattered skeletons. They appear to be soldiers, knights. They've been dead a long time, to the point where some of the bone is almost dust in the armor. Most of the gear that he sees seems worthless, but they do seem to have the same insignia. That's what he sees.
All right. Again, relays this as we're most likely walk. I'm sure that people are trying to follow Nihilus to where he's standing. And when I come out of my vision, I relay everything to them. Seems like we're gonna have to deal with the followers of Argynvost again, but we're a bit stronger than we used to be.
Well, if need to, if we can, I would like to go up and commute. If we are able to, I may be able to get some answers out of those corpses. If we really need to.
Well, let's investigate first.
Yes.
Sure. So you guys just want to walk up to it and start investigating around the front door?
And what exactly are we looking for, Nihilus?
We are looking for a remnant, a piece of the Wand of Orcus. It's a powerful artifact that we believe was lost here. Similar to what our buddy over there has on his arm. That's another piece of the relic.
If I haven't mentioned it, attached to one of my arms is a thing that looks like a human backbone.
Yeah, it literally looks like a spinal column, but it is wrapped around his arm like a gauntlet, so that the tailbone is like, a sharp little piece here, and then like wherever the neck is like wrapped up here, locked to his arm. So it's formed a gauntlet, but if it was to slither off, it would literally be a spinal column. So it's like if Predator just wrapped one of these things around his arm. That's what it. But here's the thing: the catch is that it looks like it's made out of. It's dark, almost like a dark black gunmetal. It looks like it's made out of possibly obsidian and iron, all together, all fused together.
I'm sorry, Ellen. Were you hiding that? I assumed you were using it as a focus, so anyone who saw you cast spells would see it. But
I mean, it's kind of hard to hide.
Yeah.
I mean,
Unless you
Okay.
wore like a robe, unless you wore like your robes down here. Otherwise, yeah, people just see it when they.
Yeah.
Like, I imagine you could pull you could hide it in town and stuff, but probably
that's
doesn't
what I was
help.
doing in Villaki. Because I didn't want people to see me walking around with that.
Oh, come on, that's new fashion sense, man. And this year.
It's all the rage in Eberron right now.
yeah, I will say that if they're going to take the time to sort of investigate outside, Nihilus would like to walk over to what appears to be the entrance and start ritual casting Detect Magic.
Okay, so it takes about 10 minutes.
10 minutes, yeah. So let the other people investigate what they're going to investigate while I'm doing.
Okay, so he's doing his thing, creating. I love that background, Renee. Like Strahd is like breathing down your neck, which is a great way to think about how Barovia is.
Mess with them right now. Watch me.
Is anybody else doing anything while Nihilus is casting the ritual?
Let's see here. I guess if anything, we're just kind of looking around for stuff.
Yeah.
I think we know the door is not locked, but maybe shut. Someone should probably check and see if there are any booby traps on the door. I know I'm not great at that, so.
And I'm sorry, I know I'm not describing that right. I guess what I'm trying to describe it as is like, it looks like it wouldn't necessarily be locked, but I think that the owl perceives that it also is just not. It doesn't not necessarily open. Almost like if Bajor got like jammed.
It's like barricaded.
Yes, yeah. There's like some stuff against it, so it might take a little bit of some strength to push through it. And then as 10 minutes goes by, you detect no magic, Nihilus.
Well, if there's any traps on this door, then they're physical. So maybe we can send our new friend to try to open it for us.
If we're gonna do that, I've got find traps.
Would you like to cast Find Traps?
Yeah, why not?
It's one of your what level spell is it?
The first level. Or
First
second level?
Second level. Okay.
No magic. Let me check to use find traps.
All right. So what's the radius on it, or like what's the reach on it?
120 feet.
Okay.
Does that have to be a just line of sight thing?
Yeah.
No.
Is it-
He sends the present of any trap within range that line of sight. Never mind.
So do you still want to do that?
Probably not. If we haven't opened up the door, means that I have to see like a hole.
If there was a trap on the mechanism of the door, then I would treat it as line of sight. That's because if it's on the door, that's what you're looking at. That's fine. But do you want to spin that and do that?
No, I guess not. If anything, let's investigate the door. If we can't find any magic.
And when you say investigate the door, what does that look like? What are you doing?
Looking over the door, just kind of glancing at it, see if there's any sort of like mechanism or something on it, or it just looks like a regular old door.
Yeah, it's a big, large door. One piece. It is made of probably like a heavy wood. You also notice though that iron bands. A lot of the wood is a bit warped. And as you look over it, though, you can see that the cold, almost like the frost, has bonded like the spaces in between the door have kind of like frozen the door shut. So you imagine it would probably take some strength to push in.
Yeah, Ida says this. As far as I can tell, this thing's just a door of one of you guys who are. It seems like this thing really needs some strength. If you want to push it open, I most certainly can't help you.
All right, guys, stand back. I got this.
Go ahead, Nihilus.
I know one never does this in D&D, but also it's pretty like characters can do things together when it comes to this kind of stuff. Probably.
No. I got this. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Rook's gonna watch this.
You just get a stand back. And
That's a 7.
So he just, and as he bounces off and falls and slides back in the snow, I imagine the camera was looking at Nihilus, his dreads kind of slapping on the wet earth. The camera kind of pans up to this huge, muscle ripped Garrick standing there with this. He wears like a almost like a sack over his face. Is he like, or is it?
Okay, so a little story about him. That is the
Okay.
helmet
Okay.
of the man that killed his father.
Okay.
And it
So
has tusks on each side coming down a little bit and out.
Nice. So we see these tusks and yeah, this flat metal helmet.
He reaches his left hand out to help Nihilus up.
Much appreciated, sir. Now let's cast prestidigitation on himself because he has to be pretty at all times in this game.
Not a bad
he's looking
attempt.
fly again.
And Garrick's going to take 2 giant steps and try to fireman kick the door open.
All right. All right, go for your strength check, Garrett.
So while he's doing that, Christ is gonna use primeval awareness.
Just strength?
Just strength. Yeah.
Okay. That would be 19.
So wham, and he kicks the door as hard as he can, and it kind of bends, but it doesn't open. And he steps back, like surprised. You guys are all standing there, and the wind is kind of picking up a bit. Krius, what were you saying as that happened? You were doing?
He wanted to cast primeval awareness to see if there's any of the undead or fiends around.
So it finds undead and it finds fiends.
Aberrations, celestials, it finds everything. Yeah.
It finds everything. Yeah, within
What's
within a 1 mile radius of us.
Okay. And as he does it, nothing's coming back.
Oh, no fiends within a mile, huh? Okay.
No fiends within a mile.
Edith shrugs.
Nice, we'll take that.
See Garrick failed to open the door. She's like, I have a feeling we all need to help chip in. So Ida's gonna head over to the door and essentially go and try and open it.
Tries to open it with what?
With Garrick's help, or are you just gonna try to open it on yourself?
She's like, can anyone else help me out here?
Yeah.
Why don't we?
Christ will go over to him and try and kick it.
So then, whoever has the strength, the strongest strength, I will give that person the roll and just get advantage from the help that's coming.
Not me. +0 to strength.
Okay. So
Probably be the Goliath Barbarian, you know?
Yeah. So Garrett,
I mean,
you're
that'd be
doing it
my
again
guess, you know?
with the help. So Garrett,
He's
you're doing
going to sit. He's going to lay down his newly oversized weapon.
He could hit
He's
it
going-
too with the weapon. I mean, that's
He's-
awesome.
Gonna get in a formation stance, run and drop kick this thing.
Omaha, Omaha.
Yeah.
Well, if he's doing that, how is it that everyone else is helping?
By saying Omaha, what do you mean? That's
So you guys are just rooting him on.
Or
All right, I'll take that. So you get advantage on the check.
the
That's
sheriff
good.
always grants advantage.
23.
So running and then leaping, side drop kick, like both.
Yep.
feet.
Hagrid from like
Yes.
MVC, buddy.
So whap, and that door just it splinters, and then the ice around the edge just buckles, and the old rusted hinges tear out of the rock, and that thing goes pow and slams inside, and there's a bunch of dust and smoke from the cold snow that flies up. And Garrick slams against the ground on his tailbone, but not showing that hurt a bit. He gets up and brushes it off. There, everyone stands before this, 5 foot by 7 foot opening into this opening room that I've already described, right? The same way with those stairs leading up, 3 windows on the opposite sides of the wall where you can see the mist of the sea beyond. You can hear not only now that wind, but maybe even the sound of the ocean rolling in and crashing at the bottom of the mountain. You can see the bones of 3 soldiers, broken weapons, They don't. Yeah, you see those, and then the stairways going up.
I'm assuming I'm still at the tail end of my spell. Could last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
As I'm stepping into the doorway around 30 feet, is there anything? No pings? Nothing? Nothing in the skeletons? Nothing? Okay.
What's the rate? What's the
Alright.
range on that as well?
30. It's 30 feet.
30 feet.
So,
Okay. Yep. Nothing.
okay. How big is this room?
The room is 30 by 30.
Okay. Yeah, so I should be able to kind of sense the first floor from where I am. Alright, guys.
Alright, Ida's gonna look at the corpses to see if they still have mouths. Ida wants to wring out some information from these guys.
One of them has completely the jaw is missing, but two of the skeletons have one jaw's hanging off, and the other skeleton is completely connected. Still together.
Alright. Ida gestures over to that skeleton. I think he gets the information out of that one.
Okay. What is she using?
She looks at the group. What exactly do you want me to ask him?
You're the one who wants to talk to him. We're looking for a gem.
Are you casting Speak with the Dead?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I guess before anything, does this corpse just look like a human?
It looks like a humanoid. And there's very specific questions, right, that you can ask with
Up to 5.
up to.
It just says only what it knew in life.
Yeah, and it's kind of like Son of Truth to where actually I think it can lie if it wants to, can't it?
Yeah, it doesn't have to tell the truth.
You have to tell the
Yeah.
truth.
Never mind. You're right. It can lie.
So now remember, yeah, this thing.
Why would it lie? to you?
They look like knights. If you were to cast it, maybe they have something to say. Maybe they wouldn't. They wouldn't necessarily know who you are. So
Ida's gonna walk up and cast Speak with Dead.
okay. And as he does, there's you're hearing the water, you're hearing the wind outside. But then there's that hissing that sounds like it's coming from inside the skeleton's skull. The jaw moves just a little bit, but then you hear a voice. Where am I? Who summoned me? You see an orb kind of floating right above it. Every now and then you see the wisp of what could be a male figure standing there, but it vanishes very quickly. It doesn't stay. But that orb stays consistent, and you can now talk to this creature.
Hi, dear. Pleasure to speak with you. My name is Ida Kusuo, and I have a couple of questions I would like to ask you.
I was Sir Devon of Gilmore.
Ah, yes, sir.
Yes, I was dead. I am dead.
Yes, sadly you are dead. That's what I'd like to ask of you. Why exactly are you here, and how did you die?
I fought in the Great War alongside great soldiers of the Order of the Silver Dragon. We were pushed back to this point. We had built up this structure to guard against the evil onslaught. This was our last stand. So that should answer why he was there. And what was the other question?
Yes. Yeah, it was. I guess. God damn, I know I asked another one.
And the party you guys can give him questions. I would think, right, as well to ask.
I guess Ida's gonna ask Albius. Do you know anything about this place? What exactly is this place? You mentioned you guys. Were you once a part of the Order of the Silver Dragon? Because from my understanding is, you were allied with them and not necessarily a part of them.
I am a Look at my body, my signia. I am a knight of the Silver Dragon. We were here, like I said, protecting, guarding from the uh, our enemy. Our enemy was coming for the secrets pass, the secrets that lie beyond Solinka Pass, the secrets beyond the bridge, the Amber Temple. Um, I I am, yes, there was another order here with us. Uh, they are a part of the Silver Dragon as well, but an elite. They were our elite. And he's starting to fade like that energy, like he couldn't. It's almost like a transmission, right? Like you're connected to the other world, so some of the stuff he's saying is starting to get staticky and kind of like fade out.
So I'm assuming they were. For question of curiosity, did Nihilus ever share what he noticed about the statues?
Yeah. And you've asked
Yes.
2 questions so far.
Yeah.
And I've learned nothing, so let's go ahead and try a new one.
Yeah.
So Nihilus has told the party what he's seen about the statues. I'm assuming these
Yes.
were a bunch of females dressed up in golden armor. Yes.
Are you asking him about the statues, or
Is that your third question? Can
Okay.
you ask about the secrets beyond the pass?
Yes. Now, what is this Amber Temple? What exactly do you mean by secret beyond the pass?
the you're whispering the Amber Temple? It is the where the darkness emanates from. Those who want to gain great and ultimate power over life and death itself. It is in the Amber Temple, a temple literally built into the side of the mountain using amber itself by a secret order of wizards. Of course, I have never been inside, but that is what our superiors told us. I've never even been beyond the pass. I would have, they would say that you could drop, some soldiers even drop dead just going. Curiosity killing them.
Ida looks over the group. I'm assuming that's where we're after.
No, that's what we want. Yes, that's what most of us want. Um,
I'm pretty sure that's where it is.
okay, no more crazy questions. We have 2 more, guys.
Um,
Do you want to know defenses?
yeah, Ida's about to ask.
Time out. Conferring as a group. We got 2 more questions.
Yes.
So I imagine they're like
Those
running in a
offenses.
corner and like whispering.
Over anything else to ask him?
Time out, bad guys. We gotta. Are we asking for defenses? Are we asking for? I mean, what do you guys want to know? The path. If he knows of the path, do you guys want to?
I think we want to know path, and we want to know defenses. Like how to get there, because he mentioned something across a bridge.
But
So
is there anything on the path that we need to know about?
Yeah.
So
The
that's
other
what
thing is
that-
our card mentioned that there's something. Like the card sent us here to the tower guarded by the Golden Knights.
which we can now probably assume was the elite guard. of the
There's
Silver
supposed to be some sort of powerful force for good protection, a symbol or treasure. Should we burn a question on that? Or are we just gonna
Oh.
ignore that and come back?
Seems like the treasure is the Amber Temple. If anything, it does seem like the treasure's further beyond this place.
And also ask, is there anything buried here?
We only have 2 questions left. We gotta be sure, guys. As a group. Garrick, you have an opinion?
I would ask if there are any hazards on the way there.
Garrick got all intellectual on us.
Yeah, all right, a little bit.
So,
I mean, besides naturals, like, obviously the
Mhm.
weather and the cliff and
stand in one's way if we were to go to the temple.
Is that the question?
Yeah, Ida asked us, would there be any hazards / difficulties if one were to try and get to said temple?
I want to go back to resting. It does not feel good here.
You will.
Remember what I told you. I have never been beyond the bridge.
Hmm.
But then again, the 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 order of the silver dragon, the maidens of the dragon, they said that there were many hazards there. They had seen the horrors, and some of the soldiers even say that they there were rumors that maybe they had even taken something from the Amber Temple. When it all came to an end as we were fighting here, we locked ourselves in, but we're already wounded. The other, I think I may have died of, not sure if I bled out or of starvation. But I know that the snow maidens were the last fighting. You could hear them ferociously defending whatever the enemy wanted on the rooftop.
Yeah. Hmm. All
I
right.
think then
You know
there's
what?
an answer for us.
I think we found out what's at top of this tower here. So we really don't want to fight this elite guard. We gotta.
No, I need what they took from the Amber Temple. What do you mean we don't want to fight this elite guard?
Hmm.
We are going to have to go up
What are
there.
we here for? What did we climb a mountain for? We need
How about
the artifacts of power. It sounds. Why don't you ask them if he knows for sure? Or Ellen, do you have a question?
if we ask if there's some kind of safe word or a way to hail them so that we can be seen as friends?
You to ask that. Is there now? Last question for you before I let you go. Is there any way, if we do encounter these very fierce maidens, is there any way we can somehow ally ourselves with them, essentially make them friendly towards us?
Uh, I I do not know because I see my body now. I am but bones. If it has been this long, then they are surely dead as well.
Oh, I quite doubt that.
And
Nothing truly ever
I
did.
am. But they are also not back where I was. Wherever you summoned me from, all of the soldiers are there, but they are not. They are somewhere else, and I cannot sense them.
Well, thank you so much for your time, and I shall let you rest in peace now.
No, I don't. Yes, I want to come back, but it feels like I'm dying again.
You rest in peace, Sir Evan.
And then the orb slowly dissipates into nothing.
Got real religious there for a second for being a girl of science.
That was insightful. A lot of
So,
information, man.
do we tear this place apart?
I think there's an inkling that that these maidens removed something from the Amber Temple and have it on the roof. I think it bears investigating. Here's an idea. Nihilus, you can change your appearance.
Sure.
What if you made yourself look like one of the knights that we've seen and see if that gives you an in with the others?
Did we ever see what Sir Evan looked like in his ghostly form?
Not as a ghost, we could see his actual armor on the ground.
Yeah, he was like, why don't you investigate his armor to see what they looked like? If anything,
Or what about the paladin that that not all of us fought, but the paladin that we saw fighting Strahd? He looks like he was important.
And if you do that, then Cryus can cast minor illusion on himself, and with the
got mending, so we can probably make some armor.
Probably cannot make armor with mending.
I
Maybe
don't think so.
You could probably like
Now-
reinforce the joints of the armor.
Here's the thing. Yeah, you can absolutely. I mean, I could see that you guys making yourself look like one of the two knights. So yeah, that makes sense.
I
Sorry, what were
will
you saying,
say.
Troy?
Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. Go ahead, guys. I'm gone. I'm done.
Garrick.
I was just saying that if Ida wants to mend something, it would be the joints of the armor, not the actual armor itself. To
Yeah,
keep
the
it
armor
from-
would still suck. It would just be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be non-functional as armor. It'd just be decoration. But putting it on one of you, it wouldn't necessarily crumble and fall apart if, like, the straps were, fixed.
And you just minor
Just
illusions
in-
and make it look like it was in its prime.
Is this armor full plate or?
Oh, sorry, you asked me that. The armor that's on the body on the ground.
Yeah, the bodies, yeah.
It is full plate armor, but much of it is like broken or rusted away, a bit disjointed. It like they're even like at this point, some of the pieces don't completely fit into one full. Like
Oh yeah, no oxidation
one
for
piece.
sure.
Yeah. So it's a bit messy looking. You might be trying to make them. I mean, if you're saying these things are even up there, then you're trying to make them maybe believe that you're dead like them if you come looking like that.
But what about looking like the
The
paladin that we saw? I mean, Nihilus, you should be able to look like anybody.
Going back, I get what you're saying, Ellen. I remember that guy attacking me because I smelt like Strahd.
Hmm.
What I'm worried about is if these things are revenants.
Oh yeah, you're talking about the revenants that you met on the bridge, right? I thought you guys were talking about the actual the leader, Sir Godfrey, and the other guy who came to.
That's what I was talking about.
That's what I thought you were talking. Okay, that's what you were talking about. Okay.
We're talking about, Ida's worried that these elite guards might be like them. The revenants we fought when we were doing, protecting the tree with Strahd.
I get what you're saying.
It's a risk,
So,
but nothing ventured, nothing gained.
And Cryas, as long as you show Cryas what they would look like, he can cast minor illusion on himself to make it look like he's
He'll
wearing the same
disguise
form.
himself as that first revenant that attacked me under the bridge.
Okay.
like, okay then.
Hey Malcolm, how tall is this tower? Is it 2 stories or 3?
It's 2 stories, and then the roof would be the top, which is not really a
Yeah.
third story, but yeah.
So there's another room above us.
there's another room above you.
Okay.
Say, how about before we do any of this disguisery stuff, how about let's investigate this place first? Because from what I've gathered, besides wildlife here, there should be no one else here besides the guards up top. So before anything, let's look around this place and then do the disguise.
I'm already disguised, so I don't know what you're talking about.
But you can do that all day, though.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know that,
I
but
don't,
you
I
can't.
don't know what I don't know what she's talking about. Like I literally turned into the revenant that attacked us.
Already disguised? Well, never mind then. How
And
about
Cryas is looking exactly the same as Nihilus is. He still has his like hair and the ponytail and everything else, but
Because, like,
the armor,
okay,
armor looks
before
exactly
we
the same.
go and confirm our suspicions up top, let's first investigate the floor and the floor above us.
Kingdom to be cast right now. Shipped all
Sure.
day.
Uh,
Garrett's
Alright,
gonna
let's
walk
investigate.
up to the 2nd level. See what's up there.
Nihilus is gonna go with him.
Search for clues.
All right,
Yeah.
so as we move to the 2nd level, you guys start to ascend this stairway. You find that the upper level of the tower is an icebox. It's cold. This is also, so far, you guys have been, standing around, so this is going into our first hour of the day. Now, Garrick, I know you don't make any checks for this, but I'd like an advantaged exhaustion check from everyone. 10 plus for seeing if you're gaining
Am I
exhaustion.
adding anything to it, or is it just?
Oh
straight
no!
roll?
Remember, because of your background, you don't take
Okay.
You don't take one. You're fine so far. So everyone else would just be taking one for the cold to see if they gain a level of exhaustion. And and I think everyone else who has the wolf pelts have advantage on the check.
Yeah, it's a 16 for Nellis.
Okay, so yeah,
It's a con save, right?
it's a con save. Yes.
Oh, well, yeah. That's a 25.
Okay, so you're all good. All right.
Lord.
So unless you got two shitty rolls, you should be fine. Which I haven't heard from Ida yet, so we'll see.
Don't worry, I'll just give everybody a big old hug.
Afraid of your hugs.
And Nihilus is probably not physically searching the second level. He's probably sat down and started ritually casting Detect Magic again.
Yeah,
Okay.
Everything around as he's casting Detect Magic, everything around this particular area of the room, there's just broken, almost like broken barracks. They're not really. It appeared like it could have been an armory, like last defenses, but all the armor, all the weaponry's really old, really messed up. There are no bodies in this room. There are a couple of shields on the walls with the insignia of the order, and on the wall where the windows are looking out to the sea, opposite of that wall is a large emblazoned shield, and it is golden, with two blades and the symbol of Argynvost, and it's kind of cracked and peeling. The gold is kind of flaking off of the shield, and yeah, that's what you see so far as Nihilus is casting his Detect Magic.
So while Nihilus is doing that, then since he and Krius will be going up, Krius is going to cast Protection from Evil and Good on him.
Okay. And that gives you what again? Advantage on.
It'll give him advantage on
When he's going
attack rolls against him, and then he can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed by them.
Okay.
Because the last thing I want is him to fireball my ass.
Good.
Bring it.
How bright is it in here?
How what?
Ida's just gonna put a ball of light in her hand.
Fair
Essentially
enough.
Look around like a flashlight.
Yep, it's pretty dark. It's definitely, but with the windows, there's a bit of that grayish light that casts, just allowing you to really see everything. Plus, most of you have dark vision, so it's within the space it is only 30 by 30 feet, so you can still see everything. But it is not like bright. It's definitely darker, old and just cold. Like up on this second floor, like there's literally sign of like icicles. It's like as if the room is like frozen from the inside, and yeah. So then at that 10-minute mark, or as he's casting Detect Magic, he starts to get the feeling that strangely there is magic. There's definitely magic above on the top floor, and okay.
I will be casting Mage Armor just because.
Mm-hmm.
I can.
I need to.
Ellen's on the first floor, sending me into danger, casting Mage Armor.
So Ellen's still on the first floor. So Ellen's on the first floor. Nihilus is going up, so about to go up to the top.
I mean, actually,
Everyone else
like,
is second. Or your second.
Nihilus, do you have armor?
No.
I can cast Mage Armor on you if you want.
Well, no, I'm sorry. I have leather armor, but
Okay.
so you can't
Then
cast
forget
it.
it.
Thought you
Sheriff
meant
would like to
I thought you
take
meant
the
real armor.
shield down just to see it.
No touching until my spell is over.
You're going up to the roof. I'm still in the second floor
Who
of
said
the tower.
anything about me going up to the roof? I'm not going. I followed you to make sure you didn't do anything crazy.
You best get that out of your head because a barbarian does crazy shit.
We're all just kind of chilling besides Ellen on the second floor. I meant Ida followed you guys up as well. Or
I'm just gonna go grab the shield.
I didn't get any pings from the shield at all.
Oh, no pings from the shield.
Okay. Touch whatever you want. If it's a trap, that's on you.
And we were still waiting for a con saving throw from Ida.
Oh,
right?
from there. Did we get a con saving throw from you, Ida?
For the
So-
cold.
Advantage?
I was out. I was in the bathroom when you guys.
No
said-
worries.
Yeah, 10. How
Yeah,
much?
you got it.
You got it. You're good.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Just made it. It's just like, so Ida's over there like, it's getting cold.
Rolls.
When I touch the shield, does it crumble or feel extremely English, extremely fragile?
It does. It feels very fragile to the touch. You get a strong feeling that it's probably not going to be worthwhile to use.
God damn, I don't have anything to somehow read.
But it does have the symbol that we've been seeing on these armors.
It does.
Nihilus, could you
Nihilus,
use
nope.
this?
Nope. Mm-mm.
Can't even carry it.
I mean, I theoretically could. I have things in my hands, so no.
Ida's like, well, Ida's technically armored, so would she be? Yeah, she's on with you guys. So Ida's like, if need to, you can disguise me up. I think I'd be a perfect fit. I'm a female, I'm armored, and
Ida, one, none of us can disguise you. Two, did you investigate the bottom floor like you're supposed to?
never mind. I should probably just stay. Yeah, I completely missed when you guys decided to split up. My bad. That
Wait,
was-
where did Ida go? Where is Ida at right now?
She didn't follow us.
downstairs.
That's why she's.
Oh, so you're on the first floor. Okay. So
Yeah.
so Ida and Ellen are first floor. Creus and everyone else second floor,
Mhm.
and then Nihilus is preparing to go to the roof. And then, so there's just I should have mentioned that, but
Is
there's
there
in the
do
center
we
of the
find
room there's a iron ladder that leads up to the door that leads up to the roof. So it's not a staircase. The staircase ends on the second floor, and in the middle of that square room is the
Yeah, so Creus and Nihilus are getting ready to go up.
okay.
That's
So what
okay.
is Creus going on? Creus is looking like
Yeah, he cast minor
Ah.
illusion, so he looks exactly the way that Nihilus is looking right now.
and I'd like to know what do you guys describe for me to a T what you guys look like.
I mean, I don't remember the actual description, but
Okay.
I literally copied what the first revenant that attacked us.
So you look like undead then. So you look dead. You look
Yes.
like in armor or whatever the armor he was wearing, kind of broken up. She had a shield and a long sword. Like literally just looked like an old raggedy zombie knight. That's what you guys with glowing red eyes through the visors. That's what you guys
Yeah,
look.
I have what looks like a spear, but it's really my staff. I can't really do much about making it a sword. But it does have a knife floating on top of it, so it's kind of like a spear.
And Creus has
Oh.
a scimitar, which would look like one of their versions of a sword. So
All right.
All right, do you want to open the door?
go. And is it as we climb up? Is it one of those that we're just going to push up, or is it already
Just
open?
push up.
You
Yeah.
push up. Okay.
Doesn't take a lot of strength. Now let's get push it.
At first it's like it's very weak. But sure enough, it pops open. There's just a bit of like layered frost around it, and the wind catches it, and it just flies back, and it's stuck back as the wind is blowing over the top. As Nihilus pulls himself up, you look all around and you can see those 4 golden statues. They are facing away, 2 facing out to the sea, 2 facing the other way. And the stone is broken all around you, heavily layered with ice and snow. A bit slippery as you guys get up there and get your stance about you, taking you a moment to kind of dig your heels in because of the stone is so glossed. And like I said, all the statues are away from you. So I guess first one up was Nihilus getting himself together, then Creus, and then you look around and see the statues. And what do you do then?
Nihilus, should we?
From where we are, I would start talking. Just hailing them, maidens of Argynvost. Do you hear me?
The wind continues to blow.
Would I have heard the hatch opening?
I imagine yes.
So I would head up to the second floor at that point. Like, what are you doing?
So you head up, and as
Having an investigation, so Ida found nothing.
okay, and then so Ida is still. Are you going up with Ellen?
Yeah,
Okay.
in pairs.
And nobody's calling back. You're not hearing anything.
What do you want to choose? Sword or shield? Or sword or spear? Chris?
And Chris is just gonna like reach out with his hand and be like, "This may, I may regret this." And he's just gonna like touch the shoulder of one of them
The shoulders are so
very
they're
slowly.
10 feet tall and they're at the corners. So honestly, when they're on like almost like parapets, and so even if you walked up to one, you'd be touching like the foot, like of
But
the
okay,
statue or the leg, something like that, because you would have to like climb up the statue to get to where, because they're not standing on your level. That's actually, I get it if you didn't understand. Yes, because you're about like 6 feet, and then
okay,
you guys are standing on flat ground, and then they're slightly raised by, I'd say,
okay.
10 feet, and then they're not 10 feet, but maybe 5 feet, and then they're on top of those. So they're like already on these pedestals. So you can kind of touch, you can still touch one, but not the shoulder.
And Nilas's
Okay, so then
spell didn't see any concentration of magic at all? Just a general feeling of magic up here?
Just a general feeling of magic as the snow kind of swirls around. Mm-hmm.
Still want me to touch it now?
I'm going to yell up the stair, or not, yell up the ladder. Do you see any objects? Did they carry anything up there?
The statues all have swords and spears and shields, but they're statues, so they don't look like they come out of their hands, right? They don't look like actually weapons that could be removed. Maybe they could be. I mean, I know like the USC Troy, the sword is removable, so it's possible.
Are there any items that were randomly dropped on top of this rooftop? Ellen wants me to check to see if the door's open. If the door's unlocked before we start.
I mean, if there's nothing else up there, why are we going to try to fight these things?
A couple of scattered bones. Yeah.
Just bones. Okay.
Try looking under the hatch.
Did you pull
Under the hatch?
Because he
Okay,
said
yeah.
because it flipped back. So
Flip
yeah.
back.
Back of the
Okay.
hatch. Nothing there.
So I'll do an investigation.
Okay.
13.
Okay. Nothing there.
Hmm.
Is Malkazid within reach
Of what?
of me?
Oh,
Can I
sorry. Yes.
sense
I believe so. You can call out to him.
him? Malkazid, are you sure that our journey ends here? Or is what you sense further across the bridge in the pass?
I never said it ended here, but I saw it. I saw it beginning here. The vision led me here. I do not know why, but it did. They are here. They're close. They just have no reason to come out. I don't know why.
All right. Now this is gonna go back down the hatch.
As Nihilus is heading to go back down, Creus is standing, 2 steps behind him. A voice calls out, and a light begins to appear like 15 feet away from Creus, towards the direction of the direction of the mountain in front of him. Name and rank, soldier? And why do you summon me? As this woman appears, kind of like floating, and she walks up, and she's almost very elegant. She's tall. She's probably like going on 7 feet, long, flowy, could be like platinum white, like blondish hair flowing, and it seems to flow like the wind, like water is constantly almost rolling through it. She seems to be spectral. She stands, and her gown is pure and white and billows, and her eyes are blue, but blue in a way that they glow. Her skin is pale and clean and fresh, like the cold, like the frost. And she wears a long sword on her hip. And she goes, "Why have you come, dead one?"
Cryus will get on one knee with his sword pointed down and just kind of say, "Captain, and we come seeking that which was to be protected."
"Your name?"
Decaneth.
"And yours?"
Gregor.
That's Gregor. Sir Gregor?
Yes.
I find it. I am offended that you bow before your superior rank without removing your helmet. But maybe death has caused you to lose your memory. So you both seem to have helmets on, and so she's asking you to remove them.
So Cryus will slowly remove it, and she sees like sallow cheeks, hollowed out, right? Sunken eyes, the glowing, and like part of the lip is just kind of removed. And my apologies.
And this one,
I mean it.
Sir Gregor.
I don't remember having a helmet on, but yes, I will.
Well, the
attempt
creature.
to try
If
to-
you said you described this thing exactly like which he was wearing a helmet.
I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out how to take it off.
I need a persuasion check from either of you. Or what is there, unless there's another skill that'll probably be used for deception.
No,
I need deception.
Yeah, I got this.
Sorry, deception from both of you.
That's a nat 20. Now let's confidently takes that off. And Bowser says, "My apologies. We have been dead for a long time. Sometimes formalities
She
have been
looks.
skipped."
And she looks. She bends. And she looks at Nihilus deeply, and then she looks over and at Crius. She looks back. I would say if you both were under the order of Sir Argynvoss, while I didn't meet all of the soldiers, I'd say you two were twins. All the way down to all of your armor. Look at the way the scratches on yours. They match the scratches on his. The rust is rusting in the same place on both of you. I sense deception.
That was a 28 for deception check. Just throwing that out there.
Been up there quite some time.
Yes, I don't have an answer, bro.
Brothers tend to fight with each other every once in a while, and we unfortunately have our issues. But we were simply following orders.
She seems a bit shifty, like she's starting, but hasn't changed, it's kind of quiet and continues to stare at both of you. Every time her eyes shift, they're dead on looking, trying to look into your soul. Now, your roll as high as it is, the disadvantage against it is that, based on what she rolled. Well, so actually, I thought you rolled a 20, is what you said, because you didn't tell
Oh
me.
no, I rolled a nat 20.
She
I have a
rolled
plus
okay,
8
got it. She
perception.
rolled a 25.
Yeah.
But that said, so since you rolled a 28, I'm going to give you a little bit of lead, because I still think the problem with the spell is that you copied the same person, so you look
Yeah.
exactly like.
I get that.
You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
she's looking at you too, like you're supposed to be revenants, and you shouldn't have the same scar, cleft lip. Like you have everything looks the same except for your weapons, right? And so she's like, so we'll kind of treat this as conversation is still going, but what is said next? Why have you come here? Another mark I would say too is your Sir Godfrey is really high ranked. You also, Nihilus, have not given her a rank. And Sir Godfrey's like second in command to like the leader, and you don't look like Sir Godfrey.
The Sir Godfrey was the revenant that attacked me the first time?
No.
That's who I was supposed to try to look like. The revenant who attacked me under the bridge.
That's who you look like, but you said your name was Godfrey.
Oh, I said my name was Gregor.
Oh, Gregor. You did say Gregor. I'm sorry. I'll take that back then. I'll give you in for that one. I heard. Okay, you're right.
Only win we're gonna get.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
no. Now let's just try not to get killed right now.
So, who has sent you, and what do you want?
Alice, that is all you.
There are powers from other realms that are here. It is no longer just a battle between our forces and those of Strahd. We need to assemble as much power as we can. We were hoping to take the relics that you were defending here back to the Castle of Argynvost in order to consolidate our power.
What? And what is it you believe I have here for you? I have nothing. And another reason, so I will also say for your regard, you would feel this. Krius, I know you did cast Undead. You were, the thing is, you wouldn't have sensed anything because they summon themselves from another plane. So she walks through and appears, but she was not up there on the parapet until you guys got up there, right? She showed up. So it's not like a ghost that's just like floating around. So that's why if you're thinking like, damn, that's why.
We were sent to gather power from the Amber Temple, but we stopped and spoke with our fallen brothers down below, and they said that some of that power is may have been brought here to be protected.
I see. Rumors. Men always have devilish rumors about women when they are strong. They always said we were witches of battle, just because we could cleave with the best of them. Suddenly, I had to have gotten my power from the Amber Temple. There is nothing here for you, Gregor. And my temper runs thin. And since you are dead, I would have no problem dusting off this old longsword and having a battle. Why not? We both can't die.
We need to prepare for our forces for the invasion of the Raven Queen. We don't have time for this, with all due respect. If you have nothing for us, we will continue on to the Amber Temple, as was our mission.
The Raven Queen?
The Raven Queen is making moves on Barovia.
She knows. Who is this Raven Queen? Her hair continues to billow.
A threat from the surrounding realm that's recently sent in champions and has been slowly gathering power here. They are starting to become an issue.
Give me another deception check.
I mean, that's not that much of a lie.
Do you want deception or persuasion?
I prefer deception, but I'm just saying it's not that much of a lie. That's a 19.
Okay. So, they're going to have you go get power from the Amber Temple. None of us have ever been um, beyond the first floor. Uh, I will warn you, Gregor, that even the dead are not safe there. You might find yourself forfeit from life and death if you go across that bridge.
That is a risk us brothers are willing to take. This threat is that serious.
Fair enough. Then I say leave here because I have no treasure for you.
I want an insight checker, but no. Now this is gonna bow. Say yes, ma'am. Do whatever salute you thinks is appropriate. Hop right back down.
And as you do your salute, give me another deception check.
Ah! No. That is a 25.
Okay. So she seems to be looking at you like what is it? Like I'm just trying to place my finger on it. And you beat her again, and so okay. Well, farewell and good luck, dead ones.
Chris, let's go.
So as you climb down, you guys two, and who's the last one going down?
Cryus? What do you mean who's the last one?
Cryus,
Yeah, Alex jumped down.
as you're closing the hatch, can you give me an insight check?
Six.
Okay.
Boss mode.
So the last thing you see is just her fluttering and stepping, and like a light behind her, almost like a portal, and her stepping into it and vanishing as you close the hatch, leaving the statues up above. As you get down there on the second floor, you guys are standing around looking. Okay. What I imagine that maybe Garrick and Ellen have questions or looking at you guys like, I mean, I imagine if you guys on the second floor, you could hear her booming voice, right? So not that you have to like go through everything that just happened up there, but what to do next, I guess, is the thing, because everybody knows what they just heard.
Who were
So-
you speaking to?
One of those
Chris.
maidens.
Not in step
Something.
form, though.
She was not pleased
Some
at
sort of
all.
Any help?
floating spectral. No, she wanted to fight since she's bored in death, I guess.
That could be
But-
fun.
She says she has nothing. We'll leave you here if you want to fight. My mission is to find this power. I don't know if she was hiding it, but that one presence felt tremendously powerful, and there's possibly up to 4 of them.
Yes, I have a feeling we shouldn't linger here for too long.
I would agree.
So do we
Yeah.
go back up and fight and see if she was lying, or do we
So,
move?
you.
We seem to have a clear path, although it's definitely dangerous. She seemed to indicate that what we're looking for is across the bridge
All right.
and
Then-
below.
Is there a way for those of you who cannot look undead to hide your presence?
Well,
No.
I can make myself and 2 others invisible, but if these are powerful beings. They meant invisibility may not matter.
All right. Well, let's just move. Nihilus isn't going to drop his form, but he's going to start a forced march towards the bridge.
All right.
Let's go.
So as you are all heading down towards the bridge, feel free to kind of role play with each other as you're walking, as I kind of prepare what you see at the bridge before you.
So Cryas is gonna stay close to Nihilus, and he's gonna ask him. I thought I understood how I came here, but if this is supposed to be a closed dimension or world, or how is it that they can still come and go as they please? That is what I saw before we left. It seemed a portal or doorway opened and she went into it.
There seems to be some sort of remnants of power left with the followers of Argynvost. Most of them are revenants. Apparently these ones are able to shift to at least a pocket dimension. Or maybe they're somehow found a way to leave this dimension altogether. I couldn't tell you. I know that that I have not been able to find a way to get us out of this dimension, and that's on the list of priorities.
We've
All I
heard
can tell you.
that. I don't know if this conversation is audible. So tell me if you're being part of it.
How close are you?
He's
No, we're just walking. Yeah, so
beside
if
him,
you're
but-
walking with
yeah.
us, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we heard, I believe, from Strahd that souls can't enter or exit. The souls of the dead come back here. He was even he was asking us to investigate because some souls are disappearing, but it seemed to be kind of an assumption that the souls of the dead didn't leave.
And how is it that this Raven Queen can do as she please as well?
Well, she seems to have. She may be a god or close to it. She has control over the souls of the dead. Maybe not here, but in other places. I know I was killed and brought to her realm. And, for example, Einar didn't die, but she took him anyway.
And Cryas just laughs, and you both kind of, I guess, are looking at him. And I mean no disrespect, Ellen or Nihilus. It's just, in my world, gods can always be killed.
I didn't say that she couldn't be killed, simply that she has power over others.
This will be fun. I'm enjoying your world more and more.
At least one of us is. It is kind of
Oh, come, Ada. You know this is fun.
Yes, try being an errand boy for a crazy psychotic vampire. You'll see how much you'd like this place.
So we were here on the top of the roof, but and you guys were faced with her, right? But nothing happened. So we're leaving this location down on the second floor and heading off.
Nah, I want to fight now. What's going on?
Heading off towards the. I guess. Yeah.
Sorry, Malcolm. we
I know,
broke your
such a cool set. But we're heading off towards the bridge. So
there was a high
I
probability
know.
of Nihilus getting hit with something melee immediately, and Nihilus was not for that.
was that me saying? Look at all this shit I set up that you guys are just gonna like get bypassed?
100%. That's what you said.
But we're gonna
Somebody
take a quick,
teleport us back.
We're gonna take a quick 5-minute break as I set up the next section of the world, and we'll get back to it. So feel free to hang tight.
You were 100% sure we were going to fight, huh?
Oh, yeah.
You said you wanted the power there, so yeah.
She said there was no power there. I wasn't going to force her. She was going to stab me.
That's why I went up with you, because I'm like, somebody has to go up there with you who's got a sword. I mean, at least can take punishment.
That's the thing is I won't force you to fight if I think you're doing something, really cool and smart enough. And I didn't expect for you guys to do that. So I'm like, okay.
My bad.
You
Yeah.
got it. And you keep.
I
I mean,
should've-
and she was deceived. I could not. If I could have got
Our-
higher than your roll,
Our
I actually
work
was. You were
fly
about to fight,
was
and you were
with a
like,
nat
"I
20.
got a 28," and I was like, "All right, well."
I mean, I had to
28.
reiterate because apparently you didn't hear the nat part of the 20.
Yeah.
And I was like,
No, I heard the nat, but see, nat doesn't mean automatic to me. If I beat
Yeah.
you, I beat you. Like, so I was like,
yeah. That's why I reiterated. I was like, you forgot. Nihilus is a liar who got a nat 20.
Good stuff. All right, I'm gonna set up. I'll be right back.
All right.
My man just assumed.
I mean, to be fair, if Garrick went up there with him, it would have been a fight regardless.
Oh, my
yeah.
God, man, I know.
Absolutely, absolutely. I was surprised he didn't go up there.
I was about to. That's why I was like kind of just talking to everyone on the second floor. Like they've been up there for a while.
Y'all weren't invited.
No one replied, so I was just like, all right, no one else seems suspicious. Cool.
My thing is just we've been doing this we don't care, we'll fight everything thing, not really planning for how powerful the following encounter would be. And if we go to the Amber Temple, that's next level nonsense. I didn't want to have to go there wasting spells. And well, I guess we would take a short rest, but
I don't think we need to fight like uber strong ghosts here. Like even with like radiant damage, they probably have like some sort of weird.
Mr. Gentleman Game Master.
Not only that, I mean, that was just one. There's assuming that the other three could do the same thing, that would have been 4.
Yeah,
Who knows?
that was the real risk. I couldn't sit here and say that just this one was gonna be here. I had no problem fireballing her. No, Nihilus.
I
Nihilus
can
just
stand
starts
there and take some punishment.
Nihilus will blast, but I mean, that's a very small area on which to fight.
Well, that's why you and Colin do the whole like peace out and just rain hell.
It's high winds. She was explained as a ice queen, which for me, fighting in the snow probably wasn't going to be a good thing. Like I do have a spell that I took instead of blight because of you, Garrick. So I ended up taking. It's not scared. I just don't want to have to deal with your nonsense. Like, oh, he's a witch. Stop it. Nihilus will kill you.
No, you're a dude.
Like Nihilus does not want. Nihilus believes that he can kill any one of you one-on-one, and he doesn't want to have to. I know, Cryus. I know. It's sometimes it's a belief in error, but Nihilus is cocky.
Yeah. But for
He
now,
doesn't-
for now,
That
we're all
first
friends.
encounter. Yeah, no shit, right? Enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Exactly.
Yeah, like I don't want to be out here. I can't just fry everybody I see in Barovia. I'm starting to learn that you don't make friends by casting fireball.
Nope. All right, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna get some more drink.
All right. Yeah, buddy, how you been, Troy? You excited for the possibility that Torbrand and Abel can be in the same campaign? Are you gonna send one of them off
Fuck
as soon
no.
as possible?
Well, the tree is burning, so Abel don't really have a fucking quest anymore.
Yeah, I would assume that Abel needs to find a new mission in life, and
Yeah, he's been like this whole thing, like, all right, there's no saving the tree, it has to die. Okay, then Abel's gonna continue his search, so it's not here, it's somewhere else.
And I don't know how Torbrand feels about it, but a mage did tell us that there was a threat that's happening back in Testa's homeland that he's trying to fight. And Testa seemed to be considering that path.
You all might need to fill me in on background with the mage.
We don't have any background. Only Torbrand has background on a mage, and Torbrand
Piece of
signed
shit.
the worst. Torbrand signed the Rook contract. I don't know if you've watched Rook's character, but Torbrand signed the Rook contract where it was just go get me Go get me kills. There's no set number, but
Just go do it.
if you don't kill enough people, you're going to die.
I don't know because y'all destroyed my pendant. You destroyed my bang juice, guys.
Yeah. I also we also satisfied your contract, so calm down.
I don't know any I don't know that.
You're the only one. You're the only one that doesn't have a glowing green eye, right? Or do you still have one?
I probably still have one. I just had the pendant because Kate bought the shit.
Like
For
we satisfied
one
our
goal.
contract, and we still have the eyes.
Yeah. So a few of us definitely are a little more tied to a mage than we would like to be.
Oh fuck yeah!
I still need to fight Nick over that. That's a WTF, Nick. Because
I mean, I'm gonna have to have a conversation with my
you
patron.
see my argument. You see my argument, right, Colin?
Oh yeah.
Like all I needed was somebody to pour a potion down my. Like, that was all I needed. I was not dead.
You weren't dead before, but you may be undead now.
Yeah, well, that's yeah, man. That's yeah. I don't know what happened, but me and Nick might have some problems if he's messing with Tolu.
Mm.
So he did give me something that makes up for it. So
And I mean, I was literally
dragon.
I was writing Agatha's tombstone when they came around and were like, and by the way, a mage comes over and magically you're alive again.
and then Nihilus comes and kills you again. Or then Tolu comes and kills you again.
Yeah.
So you just went right back to writing the tombstone.
Well, I mean,
Did you finish it?
Well, I did that, but I erased it. But we didn't have it for that part. But they let me know. I guess that doesn't have to worry about money.
Put it this way: when y'all, before meeting up with Torbrand, when y'all were like, sign the dotted line, as a player, I was like, no.
Well, if Torbrand would have explained himself before running away, maybe Nihilus went and had to sign a damn contract to save his ass.
By the way, I watched you guys' last one. Dude, you guys are hilarious. Like, because I love that. I love the way, I guess, Troy and Jason, specifically your characters, are always at each other's throats, it feels like. Like, in terms of, like, you guys are, I mean, in that game, I find that you guys are a lot more, like, there's definitely a lot more shit talking, like, between the characters. It's really good. It's fun.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Agatha started coming at me out of nowhere. Colin copped an attitude. He was like, "Oh, I'm bringing in a new character, immediate out here, like I'm the queen of the world." I was like, "What?"
And the way Troy's always calling Nick a dick for, like, because his bad guys are just literally homebrewed. So just like he just will have whatever.
Oh my god! Every time Nick's
Dude.
like, "Yo, here's the boss fight," I'm like, "You're such a ass." I love it, but man, how are we gonna fight that?
Nick
How
said
we gonna fight that?
Nick said 11 Eldritch Blasts for a round. It was not 11 Eldritch Blasts for a round. This thing had 3 legendary actions, and each one shot 4 Eldritch Blasts, and then he had another eye beam on his turn.
Oh my gosh, so good.
I didn't fight that one, thank God.
If it wasn't for the fact that we had brought him down to like 60 points before he even got into that form, because we just destroyed him that round,
Sting
we would
was
have been
MVP
toast.
that fight.
We had no chance. Sting put up 198 points in that turn of damage.
That's what you get when you have a giant scorpion, great weapon, master fighter bullshit.
Crazy homebrew nonsense. It was crazy homebrew nonsense. It was a nat 1, 2 nat 1s, which double damage. 2 crit fails on saving throws, which double damage in Nick's world. And then a crit on the last attack.
Yeah, no, that thing almost one-shotted me. I think it was nuts.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was averaging like, what, 20-something, 30 damage at first, and then each one of those Eldritch Blasts was 2d10 plus 6.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I was like, Nick, that's not even part of the rule set, bro. Where'd you pull that from?
It was disgusting.
He literally, I mean, you
I
literally
was
are
so
signing
high.
up for. He will definitely.
I was like,
make shit up.
you asshole! You gave him agonizing blast. What'd you give him agonizing blast for? You already doubled the Eldritch blast damage. What does he need agonizing for?
Oh my gosh!
I
It's
was
so
hot.
good. So good.
See, now Troy can't complain about what I do in the Eberron games
No.
anymore.
No.
We haven't been to the Mournlands, all right? No, we haven't been to the Mournlands yet.
Well,
Alright.
technically we have. I mean, we went last Tuesday.
Yeah, that was not with Casto, who does not fight.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey Mel, is that a real hole in the bridge?
Yes, the bridge is broken right there.
That's not cool.
Can you guys hear the music?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure. Oh no, just give me 1 second. I'll come back. I just lost my second screen for a second.
All right, who's touching these statues?
High
We
five.
decided that we changed our mind and we're gonna go back and fight the other tower.
If you want to, you can. If you want to waste another 10 minutes of my time.
We'll just keep relaying, like, no, let's go back to the bridge. Now let's go back to the bridge.
Oh man! So I know you guys aren't probably up this far, but I'll do that so you can see your characters. And because and this is really, even though I see you on the bridge, we're pretty much will pick up from you approaching the bridge. Give me 1 second. I still need to get my other screen back. 1 second.
All right, so far I see bow statues, 2 of them that have giant ass bows, and potentially sword and shield.
And an axe, I think, on the other one.
I
Or is it holding a sword too?
can't tell. Could be an axe. Either way, they golden.
Yeah, I'm totally like feeling the never-ending story, like
100%.
Atreyu running
Yeah.
through the
100%.
gauntlet.
Gotta believe, guys. That's all we gotta do.
I'm just saying, this gap only looks like it's like 30 feet. Why don't we just go around the bridge? No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing out.
I mean,
Gonna
you
go
and I
around.
could do the whole thing. Just fly up 120 feet, stay up, go over the entire thing.
Yeah.
No. Look. You two fly up. I'm a ranger. I've got rope, right? We just tie it around one of your waists.
I
I'm good.
don't think we might be able to lift one of you.
Yeah.
What about Garou?
Yeah, I don't know about
Together,
Garrett.
if
Nah.
we're holding on to each other and
I'll-
flying up, we might be able to lift one of you.
Anita's in heavy armor. I don't think she's
Oh,
that
that's-
heavy, but all that metal.
I forgot about that.
Sorry, folks. Almost there.
Ah, you good.
Jeez.
What happens when you flex on us with all those minis?
No, man. It's my other the cord fell off the back of my screen, which allows me not to be able to see all 20 and shit like that. So it's just getting it fixed.
Don't worry about it. We decided we're gonna go around. So
Okay.
you could just pull that whole bridge thing. We don't need it.
Well, here's the problem. The problem with going around is that's going to be some role play to figure that out. I'd like to see you guys. I mean, I know that some of you can fly, so we can do that too. I mean, I expect the shenanigans with this group. It's all this group does.
I mean, I'm looking at this map, and there's spots where it's only like 25, 30 feet across it's a ravine.
Where do you see that? Well,
On
by
the
the way, that I'm not going by that map. So
You gave us a map.
it's so
It's
that
a
you can, like,
reference.
see- yeah, it's a
Yeah.
reference map.
You didn't read the fine print. It says not to scale.
Yeah. Hey,
Everything on the bottom's to scale. It's like a globe. Everything on the bottom's to scale. Near the equator, you're good, but
Okay, there we go. Finally got my screen back here.
anywhere
could
where
just,
it's
like-
inconvenient for Mal, no longer good.
All right, get the screen back here. All right. We got the bridge. I'm looking on the map. Let's see what you're talking about.
I'm talking about all through here, like everywhere that it's spanning. It's not that
Yes.
far.
No, that's because roll 20 is being wrong. That's like roll 20 is going 120 feet across, but that's not what it is down based on the way this map is created. You see, okay, look, you see right here? It has it on my, so it's not showing it to you, but I can show it to you. It's on my DMs layer. They put the numbers on my DMs layer. So for example, bring that one up to map layer. You see 500.
Damn.
You see It's 100 feet. It's just it goes down and it keeps going. So no, that's how.
Oh, so that's actually like topography.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. So that's what it is. You see, it's like 500 feet to the top, and on the other side over here, you don't want. Yeah, it's even farther from the top. I think it's a 1,000 foot down from this one to the bottom, and right here is about the same as
I
across.
was about to say because this looked like a little bridge over a stream right now.
Yeah,
Wow,
it's meant. Yeah, no. It's supposed to be much more intimidating than that.
Because we were talking about like just hanging by that little spot that's missing, and then just like fishing.
Well, actually, now that I see this, can Garrick just go Xander Cage on this and make a
Oh, no.
snowboard?
And
I'll
can
make
we
it across with momentum.
Can we see this from the bridge, Mal?
He's just gonna rip a tree
Okay,
off.
so
and use that as a
I'll
board.
explain. So give me a second. Let's get back into the game. As you all are approaching the stone bridge, the low walls that enclose the stone bridge have fallen away in a couple of places. But the bridge appears to be intact. So then when they say low walls, probably this area that's broken off, and you can actually see it on that map as well.
Dead.
And
I think you're on the wrong layer now when you're pointing.
oh, gotcha. Probably because so object layer. So now, see, okay. So
Okay.
it says that, but the bridge appears to be intact, and there are like soldiers similar to what you've seen before. These are just look like they're about 7 feet tall statues of similar Knights of Argynvost on either side of the bridge. Two with bows and arrows, and on the other side, the other two appear to have swords and shields. They're deathly still as all the other statues you have seen before you. And looking down over into the abyss below you, of course, as I've described, hundreds of feet in the river. So that river would be much smaller. I don't even think you could see the river through the fog, right? You might hear the water, and maybe when it wafted by, you got like a glimpse of it down below. But you can tell that if you fell, it would be death. And so you were asking about these. What these are the tops of these sections here. So it's literally an overpass. So if I would have built this correctly, these would go over and you'd be walking under archways, similar to like what someone said.
Copy. Okay.
Yeah. So these were just
Got
on
it.
top of those. So there's a bit of an overhanging pass as you approach. So that's what you guys see. How do you guys want to approach this?
Kill the statues, guys.
Can we get up there?
Can we get up there? That's probably my magic can.
Yeah.
Well, be
You
my
could
guest.
just melt them, couldn't you?
I'm sorry.
Could you just melt them?
I mean, that's a big spell for a statue that might not move.
I mean, the last two statues we've encountered have moved. I mean, the gargoyles, and we found these ghosts.
I will say that
Chris
if
looks up at Garrick and goes, "Could you shove them down?"
Well, you said we're being hunted by a giant bird.
Sound is still playing, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
This would probably be a good spot if it knows we're here.
so, you're
One way
saying
in,
that
one way out.
You're saying you don't want to cross the bridge. Is that what you're saying?
No, I want to keep an eye out in the sky.
Okay. Do you trust walking across these bridge with these stone archers at our back?
Maybe they can help us with this giant bird.
Sure. Yes, we've had a great track record with stone statues.
You never
All
know.
right, guys. All right, fine. Now this is just gonna start walking. Y'all want to be like that? Let's go. Now this is walking.
All right. Kratos will come right behind him.
I imagine at 5, 10.
Follow.
So walking about 30 feet, Kratos begins to approach with Nihilus as well. Who has the highest passive perception?
Highest
That'd probably be Shay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, probably.
13.
What is it? I'm sorry.
13.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh.
13?
It's just a 13?
Highest passive perceptions. Yeah. My passive perception's a 13.
I
Garrick
mean,
got
mine
a
is also a
15.
13. Oh, there you go. Go
Yeah,
ahead,
mine's
Garrick.
13 too.
Garrick's a what?
15.
Okay.
I mean, it's
My
not great, but
investigation is 14, but
And it's very, very foggy around. You can, the mountains are around. It's kind of like that mist is even the road across the bridge is a bit hazy, regardless of your vision, as the wind whips up. What is Ellen and the crew back here doing?
I'm going to go on ahead. Maybe not. I'm not in step with them because they pushed ahead, but I'm going to go forward. I'm not that concerned about falling because I can fly.
Yeah, that's why Nihilus that's why Nihilus pushed
Well, I
ahead.
assume that everybody's moving up.
Garrick's
a little
going to stay in the back a little bit.
bit? Okay. All right. How
He's
about
going to bring
Ida?
up the rear.
Okay, so just kind of moving forward a little bit.
Yeah.
So as you guys continue to move, Nihilus, when you get kind of right about here with Ellen behind you, you both are able to see, like, look down and being able to fly. I'm sure you guys aren't afraid of heights, but you get a good sense of just how high up you are. I imagine everyone's a little jumpy because of the statues. So why don't you all give me a perception check?
Alrighty.
7.
Nothing. 10.
Okay.
I got a dirty 20.
Failing
Nice.
me.
So
Plus
23.
5.
2 for Nihilus.
Garrick hears a creaking, cracking, something bending, and he whips back. What does it look like? I imagine it's coming from behind him. What does Garrick do as he hears it coming from this direction?
He will stop moving, tilt his head slightly to the right to hear the direction of the noise,
Mm-hmm.
and immediately pivot on his heel facing where they just came from to see what it could possibly be in a ready position stance.
So as he readies his axe, he turns around. It appears to be just some frost crumpling as it drops off of the statue. But then, at that moment, the wind kind of changes, and there's a scream from above in this direction. And Garrick turns, whipping his head up in that way, and you see a dark silhouette descending. Roll initiative. You did, so it didn't surprise you because of your perception, but you will have to roll initiative for whatever you do here. So let's see. I'll have my list set up, so I need Ellen's first.
6.
Okay. And then Nihilus.
God, screw. Been rolling low all day. I can roll a 6.
Roll a 6 as well.
13 for Nihilus.
Okay.
Roll 20. Why are you rolling so low today? Christ, I think I might just
D&D Beyond is
dice.
D&D Beyond is no better right now.
Freaking haven't gotten a number like above 10. It's annoying.
And that crack stopped. So that howling wind, you hear that cry. I wish I had a bird sound. So I got what did Nihilus get?
A 13.
13. And then I know Ida got a 6.
Yeah.
And then Garrick?
I got a 13 as well.
13. And then Chris?
5.
5. Wow, pretty lows for all around. All right.
Garrick, what's your dex?
2. Score is
14 or 15?
14.
Just go first.
I actually did it. I think it auto does it on D&D Beyond, so I think it just put Garrick before.
Yeah, we're both at 14, so it just, I think it
Yep.
probably did like alphabetical.
Yep. I guess it. Yeah, I guess it just did that. So it that's what it put in before. Maybe it assumes. And so what you see as it comes into frame, it's still a little bit higher. It's not quite here. It's not quite this low yet.
Oh boy.
Oh,
We're gonna be fighting Birdsong from Bioshock.
goddamn, what's fucking yeah, it is the giant bird from Bioshock.
And suddenly, Krius knows that is the thing that put his ship down. That is the creature with the 6 foot feather. And Garrick, you are up. You can now. This thing is, of course, I would say based on reality, how close it is because you caught it and you still see the silhouette. I'm gonna say it's about. It's actually. Let me see something, because you caught it. So let me see, man.
1,000 feet away, so we can all get away.
Yeah, it's about 18
Fucking
feet.
knew it.
So it's like right. It's like back where my stick is. But I mean,
Okay.
anything that could shoot it is still anything within like 100 feet could still get it. But it's like closing in really fast. It's it's full on swooping.
Well, Eric is going to scream, "We're being hunted!" and charge towards the other side of the bridge.
85 feet is how far it is away. So
Shit.
Oh, that is so fucking close. This thing's speed, that's like nothing. It has to be.
this thing's speed is crazy.
Yeah.
Just
So he is going to just dash across the bridge to get like on some form of stable ground.
Oh boy.
okay. So he is just literally running, so that gets him to a safe side of the bridge, like right to the other side of the bridge past so he's not on the bridge anymore. Within that 6 seconds, as he's running through that turn, he'd still be running. It is Nilas's turn next.
All right, Nihilus is going to go ahead and bonus action cast Hex on this thing. You said 85 feet, right?
Yep.
I think Hex is 90. Let me double check.
And Hex gives it what disadvantage to all of its.
Let's go. It's just a check. So, what do you guys think? Dex, strength, probably strength, grapple.
How was strength?
Yeah. So let's go disadvantage with strength checks, and then it gives me a little extra damage.
But it has to make a test, right? First,
No.
a con save. No,
No,
it's
just
No, I
attack
just
it.
exit. Yeah.
So disadvantage on strength checks and what else?
Checks, just checks though.
Just
And then
checks.
it gives me 1d6 if I hit it, extra damage.
All right,
So,
that's your Hex right
Alice
there.
is gonna go ahead and shoot off two Eldritch Blasts. Wow. What? You cursed my dice, man. These are my good dice. What happened? That is 12s, both of them. 12s.
Oh my gosh!
So then
So as you watch your blast go into the mist, and it just banks like right, and both of them fly by.
Golly. All right, and then
It's
now
like a
this is gonna
hawk coming down, but just huge and getting bigger by the second.
I don't know how I missed something that big, but okay. Now this is gonna run 25 feet ish, and then use his last 5 feet to go prone next to the wall.
25. So prone here.
Yeah, prone, like trying to get inside,
Okay.
like trying to get a little cover from that part of the ledge.
All right. So I am gonna roll randomly 1, 2, 3, but I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna roll advantage for Creus, but I'm gonna roll randomly, and the highest I roll will be the target that I go after. But Creus, I'm gonna roll advantage for you. So it's the creature's turn. Creus, I'm gonna roll.
Ida.
It's gonna go. Ida, you're before the creature. No, it's the creature's turn. Ida, you're after the creature.
I was about to say, I said, knowing my luck, the thing's probably gonna.
Oh yeah. So it rolled a 19 to go after. But for Ida, it rolled 2. So you're not a target right now. And I'm gonna imagine those 2 aren't targets. And Ellen, so it is Creus. Ellen got an 8. So the creature
Okay.
dives towards Creus and makes its first attack. So it's moving into whatever its melee range with. I think it has reach. So it starts to dive down, and the first
So
attack.
that 85 feet was all within its movement.
That's all within its regular movement.
This
Golly.
is what I think it is. Yeah.
So it is that's a 23 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, and then so as it snatches you up, you're automatically grappled. So it moves in here. I'm gonna move you guys out of the way, and it snatches him up in its talons. as it does, it's going to do its damage just from the talons like grabbing into you. 21 damage from piercing from the talons. And then it will attack. And as it grabs and grabs onto, it tries to bite Ellen with the beak as it's flying by. And that one will be 26 to hit. All of these have reach. Boom. So I take it that hits you, right? So then it's
yeah.
Let me do the damage on that.
My AC is 15, so yeah, it hits.
Yeah.
Oh, this giant bird does not get to hit us at all.
Kind of already hit me, so
33 piercing damage.
Oh boy, okay.
On Ellen. And then it's flying, so it will continue on. So that is reach, technically. So its reach is 5. So its reach is 10 feet with the beak. So that doesn't put it within striking distance of getting an opportunity to attack. And it continues on. So it flies.
It would, if it passed Garrick, it would. Just an FYI.
Garrett?
Yeah, he has 10-foot reach.
Why would
He's not there. I'm just saying. If
if it passed Garrick, absolutely. Yeah. So it's on the other side now. Knocking all the stats. So right
No more
now,
Can they come alive and help us?
we wish.
What's that Harry Potter spell? Just summon statues to help us.
So now is what happens. Here's the weird thing now. It is Ida's turn. It appears to be ascending up and going off. So when it flew by, I think it ended and went to 80, 85, 90, 87. So it went like another 35 feet over this way. So it's like really right here. Ida, it's about that far away from you. But it's flying, it's taking off. It's ascending up with Krius in its talons.
I'm so tempted to try and snipe this thing out the sky, but I know if I do, you're screwed if this thing drops you.
If it drops him, he is done. Unless somebody can make him fly or catch him and all that stuff. Yeah,
he's kind of screwed right now anyway. I don't know if you want to worry about not dropping him.
God damn, I want to basically try and help him out, but at the same time...
He goes, shoot
everybody.
Fucking thing.
You can slow it down.
Alright, Ida's gonna do it. Frick, I'm so about to regret this. Alrighty, Ida is gonna... How far away is this bird from her?
Like 40 feet.
Okay, 40. That means my spiritual weapon's not in range if I decide to summon it. Is it? Yeah. No, wait. Okay, it is. Sweet. Okay. She's going to cast Sacred Flame on this thing.
Okay.
Dex. It's got to do a Dex save.
Dex saves are decent. Okay, but not great. You got a 14.
Oh, it matched. It doesn't...
It's no damage. It's cantrip.
It's no damage, yep. So you watch it, it bats its wings really hard, and the Sacred Flame flies right by it.
Action. She's gonna summon her.
It's not gonna be able to keep up with this, so you're only gonna use it for one round.
Yeah, good point. God, that was right. Unless I can somehow bash this thing hard enough to basically
You can try. I'm just letting you know.
Is my spiritual weapon?
What's the rate of falling?
Does it have physical presence? One.
I don't believe Nick, so let me look that up again.
Yeah. Sorry. So you got anything bonus? Otherwise, you did a cantrip. So you,
Wow, it is 500 feet
per round.
6 seconds.
Wow. Wait. So in 6 seconds, he would hit the ground if it dropped him.
If it was his turn first, yeah.
Damn.
This thing, Can I somehow make it so that I can bash my spiritual weapon into him to basically throw him into the ground?
I don't know if it's going to do that, but you can definitely hit it with your spiritual weapon. Just remember that, just like you all said, it makes very much sense that a good strike could cause him to just drop him.
Ah, crap.
You got 5 seconds to make a decision on what you're going to do. 5,
Ada is gonna
3.
action.
She's gonna do what?
Fine, I'll summon it. She's gonna summon her spiritual weapon and take a shot at this thing.
All right, and it's a hammer, right? Or is it a? Am I thinking of somebody else?
Actually, she's gonna materialize it in the form of a hammer. This
Hammer?
time, we try and bash this thing.
Okay, she can go ahead. I guess we can move it up to 30 feet from where you're at, which would be 35 if she summoned it here. So yep, and go for it. So here is the hammer that we'll put on a pedestal as it flies over.
Gonna try and bash into the side to basically make it so that it somehow goes into the mountain face. And she's gonna summon it. Crap, what's a level 4 spiritual weapon? 2d8? It's not gonna help.
I should have just fought the goddamn snowmaidens.
Oh, so we could fight the big bird with no spells?
I'm just messing with y'all.
Okay, yeah, she's gonna cast it at 2nd level. Because that doesn't really help.
What is she casting at 2nd level?
Her weapon.
Oh, the spiritual weapon at 2nd. Okay, got it. Yeah, sorry.
That's absolutely. 16 to hit.
That hits.
Okay.
So smashes into the thing's jaw, the beak, and it kind of.
You cast it at 4th level?
Yeah, I was about to say, what does it say? I cast it at 4. If I could have swore I put it on 2nd.
Can you cast it at 4? Oh.
Yeah, you can upcast it.
Okay.
Man,
Shows...
is that what you want to do?
Yeah, you're using a lot. Yeah, using a lot of spell slots.
I said cast it at 2nd, so no. At this point, I'm gonna cast it at 2nd level. So let me try and re-roll it real fast.
Just roll the damage.
All right, 1d8. So let me get it. That would be I'll take it. 6 plus 3, so that's 9 force.
9 force.
That killed her, right?
So wham! So you see it it slams against the jaw, and the creature in stride just continues, flaps its wing and screams again, and continues out the flying away from the. Looks like it's going to continue away from your battle hammer that just slammed into its jaw. As this happens, though, I'm going to make a strength saving throw with this creature. Now, because you hexed it with strength, it is going to be a disadvantage.
It's only checks. It's not saving throws.
Oh, not saving throws? Okay, then I'll make a regular one. So I would say that if it fail, it would drop him.
Yeah, I would say right now I don't want him to fall.
And of course you don't.
That's why I let you know.
It rolled pretty okay. So 29. It cut you down and held on to its prey with all of its life. I will say that with it doing that, just clutching a little bit harder, give me another 7 points of piercing damage on Prius.
Oh.
Now, Ida, it's Ellen's turn. You're standing here. What do you do, sir? As this thing is starting to fly away?
Yeah. I'm going to go into a quick crouch and jump, and as I'm jumping, cast fly.
Nice.
They're like, I can fly too, and go after this thing. I don't know if it actually works from a turn. I should be able to go 70 feet because I get the extra 10 feet for Storm Sorcerer.
Mm-hmm.
And
So you're going ahead of it? Are you trying to cut it off in front of it? Or
I'm going to try to grab onto its back.
So it's 70 feet. I mean, you can make it so you would be on the back side of it. So I'll put you in. That just will count for the most part as with being in within close combat of it. So we'll imagine you're up here.
Frick. God.
Now are you trying to grab on it or just fly above it? Is that what? Are we just flying around it?
If I can, I want to try to grab it.
Okay, so what you're gonna do is give me a grapple check, And what we'll do is instead of like wrestling like a strength against strength, it's a dexterity against strength. So you're gonna do strength, and you're gonna do athletics, and I'm gonna do acrobatics essentially.
Okay.
I chose the wrong one. Sorry, guys.
It's okay. We'll be fine, I think.
Finn.
So I get to do athletics, you said.
Yes.
That's a 19.
19. I rolled a nat 20.
Ah.
So here's the thing: you land and you grab onto the feathers and you're like holding on through the wind, but one of the feathers rips out and you start to slide down the creature's back. But as you start to slide, you're still flying, so you're like floating and levitating, but you can't seem to get a grip as you're flying across the creature's back.
Okay.
As you're trying to hold on, I guess that would be your action. I'll still give you a bonus action if there's anything else you want to do. Okay?
That's all I got.
All you got. Then that's Krius. It is on you. What do you? If there anything you want to do, you have a turn, you have action, and otherwise, so you can take your regular action. Depending on what you do, it might be a disadvantage since you're in its clutches, or you can try to break free of the grapple using your action, which of course you would still fall. So I don't know if there's a creative way out of this, but I'll turn it over to you.
I think it's got him by, like, it's just going through his legs, or
I'm sorry, you're actually considered restrained, so that would take you're considered restrained, so yeah. And it doesn't actually say you can try to break free, but I would allow that to be one of the things, even though I think it would be extremely dangerous at this point. So, like I said, you know me, if there's something cool that you think you can do, go ahead and let's see what it is.
Technically, his movement's 0 for the round, right? So even if he broke free, he wouldn't fall till next round?
I don't know about that one. I think the minute he breaks free, it's free fall. Now the thing is, I might be looser on he's gonna hit the ground in the next turn. It might be like one full turn before he hits the ground, but it'll kind of treat it like that, like he'll be falling, but he'll at least fall half of that the minute he is free. You got like 10 seconds to make a pretty important decision.
I mean, he'll try and break free.
All right. What is he doing it with? Is he going to try to? Because I know it's technically restraining you, but is he trying to grab like his dagger or weapon? I imagine like he wasn't able to get his weapon ready, so like it's either just strength or like he's trying to maybe get a dagger out or something like that.
I think he would try to get a dagger and just maybe kind of like just stab it just enough so that he can try and get a little bit free. So
yep. Give me a disadvantaged acrobatics check. And then that's to see if you get the blade. If you get the blade, I'll allow you to attack it. Or actually, you do that, or you can do sleight of hand, whichever one is better of those. It's either you trying to move around in its claws and its clutches, or you maybe trying to sleight of hand is also works.
Yeah, I see that. Let's see. Oh, okay. So, 12.
12? Wow, it rolled an 8 plus 12, so it's 12. You beat it. You match it. You have the dagger. Go ahead and make the strike. It's not going to be a disadvantage. It's not going to be an advantage. Just go ahead and give me an attack.
Which is cool because the other one was 18.
Oh.
That's what I was just like, oh, yeah.
Dang.
Ooh, so that's 22 to hit?
That hits.
Okay. And then damage is going to be 4.
4 damage. It takes it. Nothing against that. And then it will. What did you roll to hit it?
22.
22. All right, so it's gonna make a strength check. It does not let go. It rolled 18. 28. So it stays. I was almost hoping it lets you go, but it stays holding on to Prius. That is the first.
Disadvantage on strength checks?
No, not on
saving throws.
Remember, it was doing.
Checks?
That's exactly what it did last time. Remember, right?
Yeah, no,
yes.
that was a saving throw. That was a saving throw. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're back at the top. At the creature's next turn, it appears in all like it's gonna just fly straight out. So at least just giving you a heads up, it looks like it's not gonna, at least unless it flies out and turns back around, it looks like it's flying away and like towards the mountains in the distance. So Garrick, you're up.
He's just gonna like run out towards the pass where it's kind of open and try to get this giant big bird's fucking attention. Just making like
Out here or on this side over here? Is he like right here, like kind of running out?
he would be across the bridge on the open side
On
over
this
there.
open side, like right over where I can't see, like over.
Yeah.
Here
Well,
somewhere.
you could always just use the other side as reference if you wanted.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll just I got something. I'll put you on a little pedestal.
Oh,
over
okay,
here.
that's not.
That's-
And he's
that's
just
probably
gonna
where I would see
like
him.
do a primal roar and try to get this thing's attention to look at him.
Okay. For that to work with all the wind and stuff, I'm gonna just say it's a really difficult check to make. But you can give me what stat what do you think you'd be using to do that? Would it be charisma? Would you be
Animal
trying
handling?
intimidation? I guess it'll be intimidation. Animal handling. Okay, I'll let to be an animal handling check. But because you've never seen anything like this creature and the wind and the condition, it'll be a disadvantage animal handling check.
Wow, really? Same fucking number? That's just a 15.
So he's just like, so what is he yelling? What is he doing as he's out there? Just, what does he say?
He doesn't say anything. He just screams at the thing
Yeah.
like,
And the thing just kind of still, almost like, and it just, you hear your voice kind of echoing back to you in the distance. Everyone hears it, but the creature does not flinch in its resolve. At that moment, Nihilus, you're there cowering behind the rock wall.
Strategically kneeling,
Yeah,
sir.
strategically kneeling.
Shit. Ellen,
the
you go
respect.
after the creature, huh?
That's right.
Fuck, man. I gotta do it. If I make him drop him, can you save him? Or is
That
that
was
just
my plan, yeah. Yeah, I got your back, Chris.
all right? Now this is going to aim for how big is this wing, sir?
The wing, each one of those wingspans is, I think they actually say, but I mean, I'm gonna just make it. I mean, we're talking about 35 foot, so across, 75, 80 foot wingspan from tip to tip.
Okay, so it's got like a 30-foot wing.
Yeah, it's like a 30-foot wing.
All right, we're Kentucky Fried Chicken right here now.
Yeah.
Fireball on that right wing. Fireball on that right wing, trying to make it veer back towards the mountain and the bridge, hopefully.
All right,
But,
dexterity save.
Real
Dex
important
save,
question.
that's it.
Is that original recipe or extra crispy?
It got a
It's gonna be
natural
extra
20,
crispy.
got a 24. So go ahead and give it half damage. These dice are rolling great for me today.
Just gonna roll that in here. So that's gonna be 16.
16 damage. Takes
16 damage.
All right. He does not like the creature seems to be getting hurt. Like it doesn't seem to be resistant to anything. It's like you guys are cutting it, slashing it, magicking it, it's taking it, but it just has a lot of body mass. So it's like not feeling much. It's like it almost like because of the sturdy, it was flapping its wing as the ball went out. So it like the fire caught the wing and kind of rolled off. And as it continued to flap, just the cold air put the fire out. Just as quickly. Because you imagine, like, you send the ball out, it stops in the middle of the air, it catches part of the creature, and then it continues flying, So, especially since you didn't put its center mass on it. And
Well, there happens to be a half elf flying on the back center mass.
this is true, like floating, but remember, he didn't catch on. He didn't really grab onto him. He does not let go of Creus. and then the creature you can take. I always forget this. I don't know if this gets opportunity of attack.
No.
Ellen gets opportunity of attack, but this will fly away from him 100. It's gonna go. It's gonna double. It's gonna dash. So it's gonna go 240 feet away from you guys.
No.
I can't
Um,
reach something.
With the opportunity attack, Malcolm,
Yes.
will you allow me? I know this is non-standard. Will you allow me to try to stab it with my dagger and hold on, so I can keep pace with it?
I will. What I'll do instead of making two different checks, I'll just make the attack at disadvantage with the dagger.
All right.
If you catch it, you go along with them for the ride.
Okay. 2 16s. So that's an 18.
That will hit.
There you go. You're all on your own, Gus. We'll pray for you.
Yeah.
So the damage to the dagger. Oh, okay. It's amazing actually using daggers. That's 6 damage.
6 damage. So and as you do, you start to drag the blade down the back of the creature. You're holding on, still trying to fly. Your feet are kind of fluttering along. The creature cries out as it does through the wind. Suddenly, you see the valley of the mountains all below you, and you watch that bridge just shrink away as Ida's looking up. Garrick is, you hear in the distance, you see the flame off one of the flying off, cutting off on the creature's wing. And then you and Creus disappear into the mist. And because I dashed, it won't be able to attack because it dashed. So you don't take any damage right now, Creus. You look do you look pretty bad? Or are you okay? Okay.
He's still okay.
He's still okay. Okay.
Wait. So how long has this been total time?
I think we went through one whole round, so we're on the So we're it's been like 12. This thing came in and just swooped him up, and everybody.
Seconds, right?
I personally think 6 seconds are ridiculous. So I actually always really imagine every single round as being more like 10 to 15 seconds long. So it's still been quick. It probably all happened under a minute, like 30 to 45 seconds. The whole thing was done, and the thing was flying away.
To be honest, I realized this after my turn, but I have banishment. So I was half tempted to try, and I totally forgot about this, but I was tempted afterwards to try
Doesn't work here.
crap. To try banishment on this thing, banish this thing, make him drop our friend, and then Ellen catches him. But then we still have to fight the bird.
Yeah.
So you watch as the bird careens off. So when it gets on, if you're looking on Roll20, it flies away from the bridge, rapid space, and into the mist, out to the water, but it begins to curve around and to go off in this direction. So what that means is that all that tells you from what you see is that it might be going in the direction that your guy's going. It doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be at the Amber Temple. It could be somewhere in the mountain pass. What's unfortunate is that a ranger would have been really helpful in tracking it. I think Garrick could as well. But also is that if this is now something that takes you off the beaten path, is Nihilus or Ida or even Garrick willing to go after these two wherever that creature took them? By the time they get there, will they even be alive? These are questions that I would imagine start flooding their brain as they watch their friends disappear into the fog. And so what do they do? What do they talk about? What do they say?
Oh,
It's a very strong term.
Oh. I have a feeling we should go and save him. As much as it may be a pain to do so, I don't think 3 of us will be tough enough to take on the Amber Temple alone. What do you all think? Nihilus, if anything, I don't think we can leave Ellen.
I would love to go after them. I don't think we can track them.
You always leave marks of their territory.
So one of you can give me also a survival check, whoever you think is the best at it.
Oh,
I got a +5 in it.
I figured you were probably really good at it as well. So, whoever wants to do it, no help, just someone giving me a survival check.
I'll take it.
You're gonna do it, so you're
I already rolled. I have
Okay.
a +5 in survival. What do you have?
I got a +6.
All right, good luck.
Let's see here.
because he will take that will take the whatever Garrick rolled.
Take. What was your survival check?
Mine was 23.
Go. I once again D&D Beyond rolls horribly.
Told you.
So Ida shouldn't have taken that check. The party will. So I imagine that kind of looking off as the creature, it appears to fly upwards. I'll give you enough of that. I won't give you anything more. I was going to give you a little bit more, but that would have been more like hefty information. But that lets you know that it's flying to a higher altitude. I imagine that between Ida and Garrick, imagining this bird, if birds do fly up wherever they stay, right, usually in trees, and this bird is way big, you would probably think that it's probably not going to nest anywhere close to the ground, and being as large as it's probably going to be up. But where, you can't pinpoint, probably because of the fog, probably not any real, in terms of the role, not to any fault of your own. You just don't know what direction it is. So it would take some, pretty much the way it would work is kind of how you guys, we had you traveling through Berez, where you were making survival checks, moving like space to space to try to find your friends if we continue on.
I think it should continue forward to the path and keep rolling survival checks to see if we can somehow pick up its trail on the direction we're heading.
Now, GM, this is not how the spell works. But technically, I've still hexed this creature, and I can maintain concentration on that spell for up to 8 hours.
Okay. So if you try to keep that concentration, provided in the 8 hours that you find it, you haven't gotten to another fight or something like that.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Is there a way that I can make some sort of Arcana roll to get a general sense of direction? I know that's not part of the spell, but I'm asking you.
You can give me a disadvantage Arcana, and I'm setting it's going to be like a DC 16.
Well, that's probably not going to make it, but let's take a look. Come on, Nihilus, you can do it. 15. Fuck.
Wow. So while you're able to hold your hex on the creature, you just don't quite know exactly where it's at.
All right.
Let's continue forward and see if we can somehow pick up its trail.
You won't be able to pick up an aviation creature's trail. You have to look for the signs.
Yeah.
It's nesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there could be there could be some things you find as you travel up the mountain, possibly.
Yeah.
Bird droppings. Look for big ass bird droppings.
Yeah.
That look like Rios?
Right on a mountain.
Find the highest point with a big
Our
old
best-
nest.
Our best bet would be potentially if there's any feathers nearby.
Just a heads up, I'm pretty useless without a short rest, guys. So I'm gonna be kind of in between you guys walking.
Yeah. I've got most of my spell slots, so I'm good.
Yeah, let's needs a nap.
All right.
Just needs a nap.
We're continuing forward, keeping lookout for any signs of this bird.
Well, I mean, maybe if everybody would have strategically knelt, it would have been as big of a problem.
I knew this was going to happen. I knew it was a perfect opportunity for an aviation creature to swoop in and take one of us. I've played Shadow of Colossus, all right? I know that game all too well.
That was my plan. Jump on the damn bird and stab it to death.
That is my plan. I replace stabbing with lightning bolts and that.
I was hoping to at least put enough damage on it to piss it off to make it want to fight, but apparently it was just hungry.
I mean, it also, in one bite, took half of my hit points. So does that.
Yeah.
Now, here's what I want to go back to. If it was still holding Nihilus and, not Nihilus, but as it's flying away, now
I
if
know
there
we're
was,
brothers. We look alike. It's a little hard
yeah,
to.
if there was another round between Ellen and Creus, would you continue to try to free yourself as you see, or what would you do? What do you do as you're in the clutches of this thing? You're both still awake. I know the thing has a knife in its back. It's flapping its wings. What would you guys try to do?
I mean, Chris was trying to see if he can just wiggle free enough so he can grab and grapple that leg, and if he can, just start stabbing it upwards, and or knowing that Ellen is up there, try and make his way up there as well.
Yeah. And I would, seeing that there was some minuscule amount of damage that Nihilus did with a fireball, I would try to hit the same spot with a lightning bolt. See if I can knock out one wing so this thing has to land.
Now we're thinking, fellas. Let's do it.
Okay,
They got some ballsy moves. I'm not gonna lie.
man.
Chris. Well, I mean, Ellen can fly, so it's not so ballsy for him. But
Prius, yeah.
How long can Ellen? But Ellen's holding concentration, right? Provided he
Yeah.
doesn't get okay.
Yeah, I haven't gotten hit yet.
So now, also, I know this isn't also rule things too, but I often find that when you're trying to hold concentration and you're in like crazy situations as a wizard, like holding on to the back of that you should probably have to test for that per round as you. I mean, if you're trying to hold on, you see what I'm saying. So with him flying, if he fall, I guess he could cast it again. But so with him, because I mean, you got to think you're holding on, you're flying, and you're casting lightning bolt on this thing. You don't know where it's going next. I'm not going to completely play this all out, but I'd like to know. Why don't you give me I'm going to do the dexterity roll for lightning bolt. Are you committing to that?
Yeah.
Okay. Give me the damage roll for lightning bolt.
Hey, give me a sec for some math.
just roll another nat 20 on the saving throw.
He rolled an 18.
Golly, man. What's up with you?
Yeah.
Does he have? Yeah. I'm guessing he has really high modifiers too, but you've been rolling well today. Huh?
I've been rolling well today. It's just been blind. I mean, he has high modifiers, and I've been rolling really well.
Last week we rolled really well, or 2 weeks ago we rolled really well. Malcolm, just payback.
Yeah, the total damage would be 20, but half would be 10.
10. So as the lightning smashes into its back, trying to beat your Arcana. Thankfully, it still does not drop. Its strength is really high, so it does not drop Creus. Clutching in again, though, it does. Every time it gets hit, it seems to give him a little bit more. Another 8 piercing damage. Now, as Creus, that gives you a moment, just enough, just the lightning smashing against its back for you to kind of wiggle and try to move. Now, this is, again, trying to get out of it to go up. Is that another attack with the dagger, disadvantage attack with the dagger? Or what are you trying, here's the thing. You're still restrained, and it hasn't really let up because it hasn't failed any of those. So you're still on an uphill battle just trying to get out of it. But you have I guess like in its clutch, you have an arm free is what I imagine you're at. That's what I kind of figured. Free. Yeah, so you keep making these disadvantaged stabs, hoping it will let go. So you could do that if you want.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of what I figured was going to keep happening until I either piss it off or it lets me go.
Yeah. So you go ahead and give it another attack,
yeah.
Disadvantage.
Oh, that was such a beautiful roll. 9.
Okay. That does not hit. And then it would have been its turn. So, and this would be the last turn before whatever happens to you all. It hits you at 28 for the beak, and then it will do 23 damage piercing from the beak to Creus.
But who was getting 28, or was it just 23?
No, 28 was to hit, and then it hit 23 damage.
Okay.
It's going to hit you again. Now it's going to use those those claws to crush you. You can tell that it's trying to make you stop moving. This is all still on its turn. 26 on the crushing of the claws. Is he still awake?
He's still.
Wow. Okay. So I imagine he's like looking like there's got to be like blood running out of his nose or something as this thing is just crushing down and it's just like pecking him. And you imagine there's something weird about it. Like you feel like it should have maybe like killed you by now, but it is just trying to get you to stop. Then with its half movement, just going its regular movement 120, it flies up and it whips into a barrel roll. I need a dexterity save from Ellen.
Barrel roll.
Go barrel roll.
16.
Just beat you by 1, 17.
Okay.
So as you get flung off, I know that you can fly. Why don't you just give me a concentration check?
Okay. So what's going to be the DC?
10, like you're trying to catch, like so that you don't fall.
24.
Nice. And so as you let go and the creature's like, we kind of crash to black. We go back to, we watch as, Crius is taking like all of that like pain. We go back to the party in the mountains. What do we find them doing?
Continuing on the path, looking out for signs of this bird.
Yeah. And as they travel, why don't we get a survival check from all of them?
I'm
Or
done.
survival check from the strongest person, and I'll give you help. So help would be just give you advantage. So that would probably be Garrick, right?
Survival's actually
Wisdom.
No, it's actually Ida.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So it's got to be Ida on this one because it's whoever has the highest.
Let me. Should I try freaking roll 20? Been rolling low all night.
It's law averages, man. It's on you.
All right. Oh, sweet. I'll take it. Not 20. Screw roll 20.
Nice. So on that nat 20,
It's a 26.
on that 26, okay, nice. So as your, feet, kind of slosh through the snow, as you're walking, you find one of those feathers and you kind of start to head up a rocky pass, like climbing up. And within the next 20 minutes, you come to another landing. It's almost like you're climbing up this mountain. Now, because of this, you've kind of gone off the road. You've gone off the main road. And you're climbing like up the mountain. As you do this, as you find this part of the mountain, you see there in front of you another feather. And the path seems to kind of go farther into the mist, like the clearing, maybe down another 60 feet. There's another feather and another feather. What do? You continue forward?
I guess.
Full on Skyrim this. Let's go.
Yeah.
So as you guys go rushing forward, running, probably Nihilus to the back, ready to fly if need be, you break through this part of the mist and you're in a open clearing with forest all around you, and you almost step off the side of the mountain, another sheer area where you can see where you've climbed up, where you can see where the road is whipping back around where you would have been, but that's up. You're up like maybe a good 60 feet, and there in front of you is the carcass of a large dead bird, bluish, similar to what you've seen. It's on its back, and its whole chest is like torn open. And as Ito starts to look around, Garrick looking around, you see that there are giant claw marks as though something was standing next to it. Large clawed hands and feet. Something big killed this bird. What do you say just in awe? It's as big as, so it's literally that creature, but like on its back.
Ida's just kind of standing there in shock, like, oh dear God.
Can I get maybe a history, or so you can choose a check if you want to maybe identify what the clause might be.
Survival?
Garrick will do nature.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for history.
Nature. That's what I would have. Yeah. I mean,
22 on a nature check.
because Garrick is walking around looking at the.
Oh, no.
It appears that, for all intents and purposes, I mean, these look like dragon marks, dragon claws raked through the creature, and I've killed it.
I've dealt with dragons before.
Dragon.
At that moment, as we're about to close out today's session, I just want to know from the people who are still like kind of in just this group right here, any last things you guys share with each other before we finalize things.
So I would imagine Garrick shares with the party that it's the dragon that probably killed this thing. So
You
Edith,
would just say there's always a bigger predator out there.
oh dear God, let's just hope we don't encounter it. Because I think it's not going to be enough to take on one of those.
Problem is, we've been following a false trail, most likely. So
On the other,
where do we move next?
Before we end this, could you tell how long this giant bird's been dead? With the nature check?
With the 22, yes. I imagine you understand that it has been... It's a fresh kill. Maybe it's been a few days old.
All right, with that, he would tell Nihilus and Inda that the predator that killed this thing may return for a trophy, but I highly doubt it. And you are right, Nihilus. This has led us stray from the other two.
But regardless, we're not camping near this body, so we need to distance ourselves. Scavengers will come at the very least.
let's head back to the road.
I have a question I'm going to send it in chat very quickly to Creus. So
You dead yet?
Come on, guys, camp inside the bird, just like it's a tauntaun. It's fine.
Yeah, man, let's just wake up a dragon carrying us off.
Maybe it's friendly. I don't know.
Yeah, no, a dragon that kills things, very friendly.
I mean, all we saw was feathers. I don't know if there's any scales about, but I highly doubt it.
Whatever the case, what the hell
I'm
killed?
just gonna say this: a dragon killed this thing, and this thing is massively huge.
Yeah, exactly.
The only dragon we know about is not alive anymore. And it's still moving around.
Oh dear God.
But the good news is, it's one of Strahd's minions.
Yeah, my boy Fido could have done it. You never know.
That's what I'm saying. Fido's a big boy.
That was a subtle shake from Mal right there. That was a subtle no.
what was that? What did you ask? I'm sorry.
We're saying that's probably Fido. It's all good.
I don't know. I mean, that is the only dragon that you've seen, so that makes sense why that would be the assumption.
I think it's this.
But now there is this idea of Argynvoss as well. That's the only other silver dragon, but you know.
Yeah, I was about to say, is the dragon that the knights are named after still alive?
No, we always. At least I always assumed that Argynvoss was Fido.
It's a good assumption.
Unless there's a blue dragon out there that he killed, because it was definitely either blue or silver, because that thing was immune to lightning.
True.
Last thing we want is to encounter a dragon with only 3 people.
I mean,
It's doable.
last thing you want is to fight a dragon.
Maybe you can talk it out. Who
I
knows?
was gonna say, I'm like, you can always talk a dragon down.
You know, Mal is real open to interspecies relationships with dragons. Last person I heard that tried to seduce a dragon got out real nice.
Okay, no, I didn't say anything about seducing a dragon. I said talking with the dragon. You're not buying a dinner.
Cass ain't here,
buying a dinner
sorry.
would actually work.
You see that perm Nihilus today? Perm Nihilus is seducing dragons.
All right.
I'm sorry, but now I'm just imagining like, ladies man going, it's Cavassier time.
So, as the party finds the undead creature somewhere else up high in the mountains, what we see is the creature descending down onto a high peak. I would put it in closer because I just want it to be in the shadow, but like right under it drops the Nihilus, kind of like starts to kind of come into frame, being hung by the creature's, claws as it. And you hear as Nihilus is unconscious, but in his going in and out, he can hear little mouths reaching out, ready to be fed. And as he opens and flutters, he can see several eggs and about 4 creatures, small versions of this thing, as it brings him down slowly, lands him, and grabs him with his beak, doing just enough damage to put him completely unconscious, flying somewhere in the distance, trying to maybe be stealthy and out of the way. The creature lays Nihilus into the basket as the birds prepare to feed. And as the huge rock looks over, it looks back towards the sky, preparing to take off to look for Ellen and finish off the threats. We'll crash to black and end there. Good game.
Stop trying to kill me, Mel. Stop trying to kill me. I know we're safe.